Yo, 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 what's up, guys? It's Wednesday. Sorry, no, wait, it's not even Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Sorry, guys. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lights, Camera, Accion. I am Jonah Quintero, for those that know me. If not, my name is Jonathan Quintero, for those that don't know me. My friends never really like pronouncing my full name because they're lazy, but it's okay. I still love them, especially the gentleman that's here today, someone that I've known since I had more hair, which was a long time ago. But before that, thank you again for those that are tuning in, for those that are in the chat. Rebel Nations, oh, he's over here. My mom, like always on time. And in the chat and everything. So for those that are watching, again, I keep saying it over and over again, but thank you for your support and thank you for always being here. But before I get my lovely guest of the evening on the camera, I want to have a little conversation with my brother who I haven't seen in like almost 3 years, I think. 3 years and counting because, you know, there's a lot of things happening, a lot of beautiful things that are happening in his life. And yeah, man, just things happen and we got to keep going with the punches and figuring everything out. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to reintroduce my co-host, Mr. Mario Funes. How are you, brother?
Yes. Thank you so much for that intro, my bro. Been good, feeling good. Finally back to life. Been ages, I think, since I've been here. But feel really good.
That's good, man. That's good. How was the drive?
It was quite sad and heartbreaking.
Why?
Because I had some pupusas that were not the greatest.
Oh, man, what did you get?
Revueltas, man, but it was more the queso than anything, man.
Okay, well, now you just have to make sure you go back to them and tell them, hey, sometimes I need a bit more. Sorry, for next time, I'm going to need a little bit more, you know, chicharrón.
Yeah, no, honestly, they're usually a 9 out of 10, but this time, honestly, it was just... I guess now I know what happens when you go, like, closer to the end of, like, closing time. I think that's what it was, you know? People are just trying not to go ham with the ingredients.
Okay. Not bad. Well, next time I promise you it's going to be better, you know, and hopefully next time you can call me so we can all go for pupusas.
There's a reason why, I guess, you didn't come because it would have broken your heart too.
Oh, 100%. Well, everything happens for a reason. So anyways, thank you for being here. I'm excited to have him back. It's been a couple of episodes, but he's finally back. So again, thank you for coming back, brother. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce this next lovely guest, someone that I've known for many, many years. We grew up playing soccer together. I don't even remember the age. I think it was at 14, 15, right? If I'm not mistaken. Something like that. And, you know, life happened and we obviously took our course. And a lot of things have happened in our lives individually. You know, a lot of changes in our, you know, careers or in our path and stuff. And, you know, it's just beautiful to see my friends do things that they love to do. And not only love what they do, but also, you know, be successful in what they do. And I'm very happy and excited to have my brother here. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys can please give a round of applause to my brother, Diego Reyes. What's up, bro?
Yes.
How you doing, guys?
Good, man. How
Nice
are
to
you?
be here. Good, man. Just busy, keeping busy as much as I can. It's nice to see you too. Like we've been talking to each other for a little bit now, and I can see you doing some changes in yourself. That is good to see. I'm proud to be like, you know, your friend. So
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
Even George is hiding in the back. I haven't seen him so long. I saw him today. I was like, what the heck?
I know, it's a long time, huh?
So different.
I know. Trust me. If you don't mind, just bring the mic a little bit closer to your mouth. Well, to your mouth when you talk.
Yeah, right here.
There you go.
There
So
you
all the
go.
beautiful people, especially Chaka, who's watching at home, lying in bed, so he can enjoy your wonderful voice. But let me just switch this camera here quickly. So Diego, I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions just to let you loose, you know, and whatever question I ask you, whatever response comes to mind, just you know, first thing that comes to mind, go for it, okay?
All right, let's go.
All right. So hold on. You ready or what? Shout out goes out to Dulce. Sorry for interrupting. You ready?
Yeah, go.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the camera here ready for you. Where are you? All right. So, again, whatever comes to mind, you know, you say it, all right? Shout out to Dulce, SMS Pros. All right. And it goes something like this. Your last Halloween costume.
Oh, man, I've never dressed up.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you snore?
Yes.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it?
I don't know. I think between 8 and 10.
Okay, damn. Good thing I'm not around you. Do you believe in fate?
No, I don't.
Okay. What is the best age?
Age?
Yes.
For me, 28, 30, I guess.
Okay, how old are you now?
36, 37.
Damn, you look nice. You look good.
Thanks.
Sourdough or wheat?
Sourdough.
Okay, good response. Favorite type of tea?
Anything that is no caffeine.
Okay. What did you have for dinner tonight?
I haven't. I'm still hungry. I brought you some donuts, so that's gonna be it.
Come on, man. Let's see here. Cake or pie?
Cake.
Big dogs or small dogs?
None. I love dogs, but not for me. I can't take care of them. My
Okay.
lifestyle doesn't belong with them.
Okay. Scoring a penalty or missing a penalty?
Oh man. Obviously scoring.
Okay. And one more question. Let's see over here. What is your favorite dance genre to dance? Sorry, genre to dance.
No, I don't know everything. I think 70s, 80s disco stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I love that kind of music.
Okay.
Like to dancing, to like jump in the house. Yeah.
I was expecting you to say bachata or salsa, but
No, I love that too, but I think it's just something different about like the 70s and 80s.
of course.
I'm
of
feeling
course.
that answer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, anyways, brother, thank you so much. You passed with flying colors.
Thank you.
Um,
I don't like how you set me up with that penalty thing. That
Yeah,
was-
man, that
was
seemed a
brutal.
little personal. I'm like, what happened?
no, I had to. I haven't seen
Yeah.
you like. This is the first time we're gonna sit down and have a long ass conversation. You know, so I had to throw a little bit of jabs because I haven't seen you in a while, and obviously growing up, we all used to, bug each other and stuff, right? So hold on, let me just change your camera here because you're not in. 1 second. I want to make sure you look perfect when I do this stuff. I don't want to cut you off. Hold on. There you go. Much better. But yeah, man, how are you? How was the drive here?
And I don't know. It's weird. It took me longer than expected. Like an hour drive. I mean, I'm not even. I was kind of like going fast too. I'm like, I need to get here soon. But yeah, it took an hour. Crazy.
Okay.
Tuesday, I guess.
Huh?
Or Tuesday, I guess. That's what it happens.
No,
on
it's because
Tuesdays.
everyone found out you were coming, so they all want to watch the show, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
That's why if you notice,
Rush home.
the parking lot is full of people because everyone's watching downstairs because they all connected to the Wi-Fi and our internet's slow.
Nice.
I noticed that, yeah, man. Anyways, Diego, so we're going to start off with the podcast and everything, but what I'm going to do is this first question is just pretty much to let everybody know a little bit about yourself, where you're from, some little memories, when you were younger, stuff like that. And pretty much it goes like this. Who is Diego Reyes? Let the viewers know a little bit about yourself and all that good stuff. And talking to the mic, por favor.
Man, I don't know, man. Like, who am I? That's a question that is kind of hard to answer sometimes. I think lately, who Diego is like someone that is more, I think, more focused on what he's doing. Like a more, I would say I'm trying to be more disciplined with the things that I'm doing things with more intention. I have some goals that I want to accomplish, so I think at the same time trying to be personal, not forget my friends, keep working on those friendships as well. So just trying to keep busy. I think the biggest thing is like, I've always say I want to stay humble no matter what I do, so I try to stay grounded. It's like what I tried to be until now. So I think that's the short answer.
Okay, not bad. Now, what about letting everybody know a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? When did you come to Canada? Again, some things that you remember when you were younger, just stuff like that.
Well, I come from Ecuador. Like my dad brought us here. I was like 11 when we got here from Ecuador. When we got here, we lived in Jane Finch, with everybody. Like I think it was like 10, 12 of us in one apartment.
Nice.
We were there for a couple months. Then we moved around. I think I connected a lot with my dad because he plays soccer a lot, so it was easy for me to the transition from like not having a father figure for my first 11 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was an easy transition for the two of us. I don't know. You just got to ask me questions, man. It's hard for me to talk about myself. It's kind of a thing that I always have an issue with.
Yeah. Well, today it starts. Today you start talking to yourself,
Get
and why
used to
not?
it,
Just throw yourself into the fire because sometimes, that's something that we all know. Sometimes we got to throw ourselves in the fire and just go for it. And this is one of them. So you're doing a good job. So continue, man. Let everybody know.
Yeah.
How old are you?
37.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I know. Time flies, man.
Yeah, you look really good.
Yeah, time flies. I think like after my 28th birthday, like time just flew. Like, it was like it took so long to do things. And I think like the more you do, it's like you blink your eyes and you're like, holy shit! Like And
Yeah.
yesterday I was just 28, and now I'm like 37.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's this time going?
Yeah, no, definitely.
scary.
Time definitely does fly when
Yeah.
you're having fun, you know. But it's I guess it's life, you know. It's something that we all have to go through, and we sometimes have to remember or to remind ourselves sometimes that we have to take a pause and actually breathe, because sometimes when life happens and it just go,
Yeah.
we forget, those little pauses, that are necessary and stuff. So thank you for letting us know a little bit about yourself. I'm going to switch the camera here. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, again, some of these questions that I sent you here, we're not going to go in order, whatever pops to mind, and also, like I said here in the PDF that I sent you, think about a question to have for me. I'm an open book, whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
And Mario as well has some questions for you, which we'll definitely, get to. But let's start off with this first question over here. When did you know that you wanted to become a chef?
I don't know, man. I still, people ask me this question, like, why don't you want to cook? I don't really have an answer. I think it just probably inherited from my grandmother. Like, when we lived in Ecuador, she used to work in the kitchen, and then she used to come at night and make dinner. Like, she used to work all day, come home at like 11 at night and just start making dinner for us. So we used to eat dinner really late. And I remember one day I just watched her she would make rice. And then she came home and I just made the rice. And she was like, who the heck made the rice? Me. And she's like, how did you make the rice?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just easy. She was impressed. But I just remember like she would, on Friday, she would come and make dinner for the market, because she would also sell food on the weekends.
Nice.
And I used to sneak out in the morning just to go and just hang out with her. Like, I wouldn't cook or anything. I just hang out with her. Which my mom didn't like it very much, because she was like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, where are you? Why are you leaving?"
Yeah.
I always been like kind of like a sneaky kind of like kid, like just to do things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think maybe that's the reason. But I remember I had a conversation with my dad in the car. We had a long conversation about something else, and he's like, "Okay, but what do you want to do with your life?" And I was just like, "I want to cook."
How old were you when this conversation was happening?
18, 17.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, what do you?" It's like, "But you don't even know how to cook. What do you mean?" I was like, "Oh, thanks for supporting me on my dreams, man." But then I kind of just decided, man. I feel like I'm kind of the kind of person, when I make a decision on something, I kind of just stick with that, and I don't really usually go back and be like, I changed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes also when I make a decision, it takes me a little while to make a decision, because I don't want to do things for like just a quick moment. I want to do it like for a while. Yeah.
With intention.
Yeah, like I've always been like that person that, like, if I say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm not gonna do something else. And I think it works. But I started cooking. When I started cooking, I was like, I just want to cook. I didn't want it to be like a chef. I don't want to own a restaurant. I was like, I just want to cook. And I started cooking, and when I started cooking with people, I had like a mentor, the only one that I really had, but he died like 6 months into like working with me.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing him, and he like, they brought him from Italy to work in Toronto, and he was kind of this charismatic, kind of funny kind of guy, but he was talented. And I think he opened my mind of like if you want to work in this stuff, like, you kind of try to work with the best people that you can find. So when he died, I think I worked there for a year and a half more after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided that I wanted to like keep going with this. So I started looking for like the best restaurant in the city, the best chef of the city. And I found Noma at the time. So I wanted to work with Jason, and I was able to get the job. And working with those guys, it was like a lot of people in the kitchen were like from America, like Sweden or Mexico. They were from here or from Australia. So you kind of like, your mind starts to open up when you're like welcoming these changes in your life.
Yeah.
And like that is slowly started to become a thing that I was like, okay, like if you want to be serious, you got to start like taking things more seriously. And that's also kind of why I stopped playing soccer too.
Mm-hmm.
Because my chef was like, he's like, hey man, like you can't be booking weekends off anymore. Like, like if you want to play soccer, cool, that's fine, but you got to decide what you're gonna do. Like, you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that.
Yeah,
and
of course.
If you want to play soccer, I'll keep giving you the weekends off, but like I'm just not gonna take you seriously.
Of course.
And I was like, man, I just got one tournament left, and I missed a penalty, and I retired.
Hey, you brought it up. I didn't bring that part up. You brought that part up.
No, and that after that it was like it was pretty much just like working into like kind of getting more serious about it. I think there was one day at the restaurant that I was like, okay, I'm meant to do this for the rest of my life, and it was just like a night that like our chef was not there, one of the cooks was not there, so like kind of had to be in charge of the line and everything.
Yeah.
And it was really, really busy, like one of the busiest night. And they were freaking out. And one of my cooks, he like made a mistake. He like burned something or sent the wrong thing, and everyone was like panicking. And I don't know how, but I was able to like see everything clear.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do this, and you need to do that,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be okay. And like everything went fine. In that moment, I was just like
You felt it.
I like this
Yeah,
is for
yeah.
me. Like this is I'm meant to do this because everyone's panicking. I'm okay with this. But after that, it was just like trying to find out like where I can work. Like I started looking online, like where can I go work with the best guys?
Mm-hmm.
Where can I find these guys? Like can I be with those guys? So it was very interesting to work with those guys. I think every time it kind of felt like I was going a level. Like there was different chefs.
Yeah.
There was like one guy was good, and the next guy was good, and the next guy was like so much better. And I was like I remember like Jason Banger was really good. I learned a lot from him. I learned like how to taste food and like really think about the flavors.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that from him. The next guy was Chris Stewart, and he was like he had worked at the Fat Dog, which is one of the best restaurants in London on the world at that point.
Yeah.
And he was the head chef for that Mission Hill. And I was working with him, and he was like the opposite of Jason. He was just like quiet, but super smart. So he didn't have to say a lot of things. He was just like super quiet, and he just knew everything. And you were just like, I remember watching that guy and be like, man, like, guy's wicked. Like this guy's crazy. But he was like just super talented. Like anything he put up, you'd be like, fuck, like I want to be that good. You know, I want to be that amazing. And that guy made me like want to go to Europe after that. So then I was like, okay, now I need to go to this place the next night, and the next place I go. And I was able to go to London, and the London was the same place. It's like, London's a different beast because everybody's working from 7 a.m. to midnight, and everyone's just locked in, and everyone's like full of energy. So you're like, that's crazy. So you're like working hard with those guys, but I always loved it. Like I always like it was like my kind of stuff for me. Like I love being in the extreme. I think. If it's not that extreme, like I kind of get bored of it and I need to leave. So it's
Of course.
how it was.
No, that's pretty cool, man. It's obviously there's. Let me change the camera. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. It's amazing that you've been able to experience, different chefs from different parts of the world. Different styles of kitchen.
Yeah.
Of chefing and how they run the kitchens and everything. When was it that you decided to do it?
What do you mean?
Sorry, not when. What was it that I guess when you were younger, what was it that just got you excited to want to even learn about, becoming a chef and actually going to school for it?
Oh, wow. Actually, school, man. I went to school for I went to school for a year.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking a break and never went back because I don't think you need to go to school for cooking.
Okay.
Like, I think business is the part that you should definitely try to go. But if you're going to spend 10, 20 grand for cooking school, grab those 10, 20 grand, get yourself comfortable in somewhere in Europe, and just go learn. Go try to find a job. And if you have the right attitude, they will hire you no matter what, and you can learn way more than in school.
Yeah.
So it's for cooking. You don't need to go,
Mm-hmm.
but you should learn the business side, the numbers, all those
Yeah.
things that you don't really know how to do it because they don't teach you that when you're cooking.
Yeah.
But no, when I decided to, I don't know, I think my mind just kind of changed it. Like I had like a little bit of like a low too because I was really excited. And then at some point I was kind of like, I wasn't liking it anymore. Like, because you go through like, you're so naive when you go into this stuff, no matter career that you do. I think you're so naive, you're so excited, so hungry to do something that you kind of just do whatever.
Yeah.
But at some point, your brain, you kind of also become smarter too. You're like, wait, what do you mean? Why am I doing this for this? So why is this so not paying me so well? So you kind of get disappointed a little bit. And I was like, then I went to Denmark, and Denmark was like, I was like, I'm just gonna do this one, and after this, like, I'm just probably gonna try to find something else.
Yeah.
But Denmark was like, when I walked into that kitchen, it was like if you like the most disciplined kitchen I've ever been to, where in terms of everything, like nothing's like, oh, like don't worry that you made a mistake like this. It's okay. Mistakes happens. We'll fix it tomorrow. They're more like, no, it's not acceptable.
Yeah.
You can't do this. We need to fix it right now.
Yeah.
And you have to find a way to fix that. And you were just like, oh shit, like, okay, I'm sorry. And you're like, but then you have that standard. So it's like everyone has the standard that you always on it. You're never like relaxed. You're never like thinking I'm going to fuck this up. You're always like, I need to get this right or I'm going to be like in trouble.
Yeah.
But for me, I love that. Like it was like the way that they treated you in that kitchen was like very intense.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was like, fuck, like every time I was like, man, I need to be better than this. I need to be good. I need to be much better than this. And I think people that were there at that kitchen with me, like some did not like that, but some really loved it. And I enjoyed it. Like I thrive on it. Like the more there was like that, the more I was like, I want to do better.
Yeah.
In that kitchen was like, I want to do this. I want to keep doing this. Now I'm like, I want to be a chef. I want to like come back and better myself. But like that kitchen was insane too, because you get a ride of 7. You don't like lunch. You don't walk in. You get your coffee. Like you're like walking at 7 a.m. You're like on it. As soon as you get to those doors, you're like running around, fucking doing your prep. You're getting your cutting board, your knives. You're like doing everything you need to do properly, not like half-assed. Like has to be done properly. Every single thing that you do there is like it has to be done 100%.
Yeah.
Just like the way you pick a herb, the way you put your garbage away, the way you fold your towel, like everything is like I remember we were putting away our produce at like 8 a.m. and we were like trying to move things around because there comes at once, and then one of the sous chefs comes out and he's just like, "What are you doing? This is Noma. What do you think this is? Like you have to work like this, you can't. This is not like one of those old restaurants." And you're like, "Fuck, all right." And you just kind of like. Either you like that or you don't. And if you don't like it, you're going to have a problem with it. And if you like it, you're going to want to, like, want to do good. I think that restaurant really, like, inspired me to try to be better at things.
Of course.
But just because I thrive on that, it doesn't mean other people do. So I'm not different now that I'm a chef with, like, my staff. Like, I'm more, like, calm and try to be more relaxed with them. Yeah. Because everybody's different. I try to treat them accordingly to what I see that they are. Because I also don't want to discourage other people to be in the industry. Of course. You kind of have to find a medium of like what suits your restaurant. Yeah. Right. So it's kind of like a slippery slope.
Of course. Yeah. Well, listen, you're you definitely learned a lot. You definitely tried a lot of new things, and that's obviously led you to the position that you're in now. So keep it up, man, because it's not easy, especially when it comes to becoming a chef. Yeah. We all know that that's considered one of the top, most stressful jobs in the world, so keep it up. You know, you're doing an awesome job. So, yeah, brother. I don't know, Mary, if you have a question to ask him.
Yeah, no, that's very intense. Just a lot of things went through my mind because I've been around, cooks, friends of mine, growing up. And what defines, or how do you know when somebody's got the gift, that culinary gift? How do you know?
Oh, man, I think... it used to be like someone walks in and they have a gift, and definitely there are some people that are good, but there are also some guys that are like slow burned. They take them a little while. I had this one guy that he, for 3 months, he was just like not getting the thing, and I was like, oh man, I think I'm gonna have to let this guy go. Like he's just not working out. And I was like, maybe he's not ready for the station. So I moved him to a different station, and he like rocked it. And I was like, he did so good in 1 week. And I was like, what's going on? So then I put him back into the station. And he just needed that time to get comfortable. Like, to just, like, get things going and understanding how I want things and how, like, the other people work around him. But after that, he was really good. But I've also had, like, some guys that are, like, from the moment they walked in, one of my, I'm going to mention her name. Her name is, like, Jamaica. She's one of my cooks. She started as an intern. And, like, the first week that she, like, interned with me, I remember being like, okay, you're going to do this thing for me. I got her to do a brioche. I was like, you're going to make the bread for me, and you're going to make this other thing for me. And she got it like that.
Dead on.
Like dead on. And I was like, what the fuck? In that moment, I was like, I'm going to hire her. Like, I'm going to hire this girl, like, but it didn't. That's her. Like she's like she can just figure things out. So I think some people have gifts for different things. So it's just matter of like if you want to do it. Because the job can be pretty hard. And if you don't take care of yourself, you don't take care of your mind. If you're like if you go out at nighttime and I'm kind of going off track right now.
No, you're good. You're good.
But if you like don't take care of your mind, like if you like just go out the night before and then you wake up and you go straight into work, you kind of start losing that gift. So in order for you to keep that gift going, you got to take care of yourself. So I always see like people that do that can last longer in this industry. So I think having the gift is good, but if you don't take care of yourself, like you're just not gonna go far.
I 100% agree with you, especially with the experience that I've had with friends.
Yeah.
One thing I learned through their experience, like I was living vicariously through them, is that it's almost like a rock star lifestyle once you hit a certain point, right? If you become skilled enough, and I think sometimes that will also lead you through a dark path that I never knew existed in the culinary world, where like drugs thrive in that world as well.
Yeah, but man, I think the industry is definitely like. I think you need to like really like pay attention to those things when you're in it, like yourself. Like I drink, but I don't drink as much as most chefs do. Like I don't like waking up with a hangover in the morning. I don't like being draggy because if I'm hangover, I'm going to be in a bad mood. I'm going to be sleep deprived. I'm going to be coming in with a bad attitude. I'm kind of annoying to my staff. So I rather just like not drink that much. But there are times that like obviously you're having a good time with your friends, you take care of yourself, but then you have to like do things to be good for yourself,
Right.
2% for other people. So I think the industry makes it a little bit harder because it's a lot of fun when you're having fun with friends. But you have to kind of take responsibility of like when you're drinking a lot and you're doing drugs and you're not taking care of yourself. That's like on you. Like you can offer me drugs, and if I take it, like that's whose fault is that? Is it yours? Is it mine? I think it's mine at that point, right? So it's like people forget to take that responsibility sometimes, where it's like, oh man, yeah, just like drugs are just in front of me, and like this guy offered me, so then I did it, and I was like, yeah, but you could have said no. And I know it's hard sometimes because you're having a good time, but I think you have to take responsibilities for those kind of stuff. And you have to be like, it's hard to be self-aware sometimes when you're like, don't work on yourself in ways like that. But yeah, it can be like a rock star. I've seen my friends, like some of my friend chefs are like, they like to have a good time because it's fun, right? But I personally, I know how I feel in the morning. I feel the worst, so I'd rather not do it. But yeah, on occasion, like if it takes me out.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm joking. But yeah, I try not to. I try to like not do those kind of stuff. It's just there's no point of it. But yeah, it's true. Rockstar style sometimes. Yeah.
100%.
Sorry, before I forget, because I will forget this question, but with everything that you mentioned with the long hours, right? What do you know of like what more or less what the stats are for being able to have a family?
Yeah, that's you know what? Like that's it's I think that's naive. Diego would be like, it's possible, and I think it is possible, but you have to like have a compromised relationship. Like your partner's gonna be there for you, But I think in reality right now, the way that things are, and I think the ways that things should be, it's that not the ways that things should be, but I think the ways that could be is that if you really put your head down and you want to be the best, having a family in this industry can be tough and hard because it means you're not going to weekends off. You may miss birthdays, and you're gonna have to have a partner that wants to, and it's gonna be okay with that, right? Because it's you can be working like 12, 16 hours a day, and it takes a lot of time to do that. Because if you want to do it properly, it takes a lot of time. But if you just kind of want to do it halfway, like half-ass it, then you can still have a good industry, but you won't be like you'll be okay. I think you can manage. I think it depends on the person, honestly. I mean, I've seen very famous chefs who a family and kids. But I just don't think they're in the kitchen as much as they probably were at the beginning.
Yeah, I imagine like our Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, that guy travels a lot too, so I don't know how he manages, but like that's his whole model, his whole life too. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know the answer because I don't have family. I feel like it could be possible, but you would have to have a partner that wants to be understands what you're doing, and then it's like she will have to be so selfless because she'll want to just make sure you're okay. And I think who wants that, right? Who wants to just be you and not me? Like, I think it should be like an equal partnership, 50-50, where we both I take care of your dreams, you take care of my dreams. But in this industry, it could be tough.
100%.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary because it's so time consuming.
Yeah.
You know, it pulls a lot of energy from you. You know, you got to deal with a lot of, a lot of up and downs.
Yeah.
You know, with everything, you know, like you have to make sure you have the product, and then you have to make sure, you know, the sous chefs are showing up on time, or deal with everybody's their personalities, you know. It's a lot, you know, but who knows? Do you want to get married, or like at least, you know, settle down with somebody and have kids?
Are you asking me what's going on here?
I'm not asking you. You're not,
flirting with you, man.
No, what's going on here?
You're not my type, brother.
You know what? Yes and no. Like, yes, I want to, but if no, it's fine as well. Like, I think what I learned is like, if you find a partner that works with what's happening, if you guys can agree and connect your values, I think it will be fine. But yeah, I think like before I was like, I want to have kids 100%. Now I'm like, you know, I'd rather just like have a healthy partnership with someone, and if kids come, good. If kids don't, like,
it's okay.
You know, especially because, you know, man, kids are a lot, man. Like, you know, like I see my nephews, I'm like, I have 5 minutes. I'm like, cool. They're so cute. I want to hug them, but I'm like,
cool. 5 minutes after, cool, guys.
I get to leave after, you know, I get to be the cool uncle for a few minutes. But I some part of it, like, it sounds good, you know, like the big picture of having a family and kids sounds good. And the other part of, like, also being able to, like, if tomorrow someone says to me, hey, you want to open a restaurant in France or in Ecuador, you know, I'm going to be like, fuck yeah. But if you have kids, you can't just say that, right?
Of course.
You can't just pick up and go. So
no,
I think I'm in, like, depends who I'm with.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I'm not opposed to it. So.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So, what is it that you do, you know, on your off days? You know, obviously, again, I know you're a head chef, so you have a lot of responsibilities, but what is it that you do, or I guess what are some of the things that you do on your off days, you know, whether it be, you know, go to the gym to distress, or you know, just to hang out, or like, what is it that you do on those off days? Well,
I do a bunch of stuff recently because I've been really in my brain of doing what I'm doing right now with this dinner series. I've been since January, actually, like, put my head down and just been going to the gym like every day. But then I went to Mexico to do this pop-up, and after I came back from Mexico, I have not gone back to the gym since.
How long has that been?
Maybe a month.
Okay.
So it's I can see the difference already. I can feel the difference.
Well,
but
I can't see anything.
But I think I think I would like to go back and, like, do it again. No, I don't think I'm going to go back, because honestly, like, once I start going to the gym in the morning, it wakes me up and it makes me actually, I get motivated. I'm like, I get like crazy. I'm like, I want to do things right now, man. Let's start. And I kind of, like, when I started doing it in January, I started going back just like this in the morning. And then once you do that, you kind of finish, and then your brain just wakes up. You're full of energy, and then you're like, okay, cool. Now, what do I do now? Like, what should I do now? Yeah. So I was like, I think that kind of initiated the whole thing. I was going to start doing this again because, you know, I really want to do this. Mm-hmm. But also, like, I mean, now I go to therapy now too as well. You know, like, take care of my mind as well. It's something that I didn't really do before, and it's opened up my, like, the way I think about it a lot better, in a healthier way, I think. But, like, doing those things, I think, has helped me. So, like, my days off usually now they look. Usually, either I go out for dinner with a friend, or with some cocktails or something, or I'm just going to the gym and I cook at home, or go out and watch a movie or something. Yeah. But recently it's been mostly just this. It's been like working up, thinking about the pop-up. Because the thing is, like, this people don't really understand sometimes. Like, when you do something like this kind of dinners, you think. For me, at least, I think about every single scenario, what could happen, like every dish, you know, and And there's also like people have dietary restrictions and they have allergies, and I really like to accommodate everybody because I want people to have a good time.
Yep.
And I want them to enjoy themselves. So I don't just want to put up whatever food. So it takes a lot of planning and thinking. And like right now, it's hard for me to sleep because my brain goes like,
Yep.
Okay, what about this dish? And like, what do I want to do with these things? And I'll be asleep and I wake up. I was like, oh yeah, I should probably use this vegetable because it's gonna be on season at this time of the year, and like it'll be cool if I do this with this thing and this spice. And you start like thinking like that. So your brain kind of stays on just all day. And it also makes it difficult to like answer people's messages too. So it's like you're like trying to work on friendships and you're like, fuck, like I don't
Of course.
things that I want to do, but so it's I think my days off usually that's what it is. But if I'm not doing this, dinners, I love going for dinners or just relaxing at home.
Okay.
I just like eating. That's like a hobby.
Yeah.
I love eating out. Like it's
Yeah.
good food.
Okay, so that's one thing that I'll remember. You know, once the pop-up is done, I'll definitely give you a call on a Tuesday so you could invite all of us to go eat.
Yeah, let's go, man. Like,
Or one thing I've always wanted to do, and hopefully I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that thinks this, but I've always wanted to go to a restaurant after hours and just see the chef do his thing.
after hours.
Yeah, like meaning like when you guys are closed. You know what I mean? And just like
go home. You want to watch me sleep?
no, man. When the restaurant is done, when everything is closed and everything, you know.
Yeah, go home. I sleep.
Like how do you
No.
wind down? You mean like how does the chef wind down?
No, like not wind down. Like you know how normally again you're only able to see the chef do their thing during the service.
Yeah.
I will like one of these days, like not. I would love to see you do it, but I'm saying just in general, like I would like to, you know, like go to a restaurant that's closed, you know, but just see the chef do his thing, but get to pick his brain.
You mean go out for dinner?
No, mi amor. Me being in the kitchen while you're cooking?
I'm confused.
You mean in the sense of like just seeing their, I guess, how they finish the day, like what?
No.
Finishing.
I want these guys. Okay, listen. I'm gonna tell you what I want from you, and you're gonna get it done. Simple.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go to your restaurant one of these days.
Yeah.
Right. When it's closed or whatever, you know. And then I'm gonna ask you to cook something for me. But while you're cooking, I'm gonna be beside you, talking to you. and
After
asking,
work.
Yes.
Why don't you we do that before I do that? So I can
Or
go home
whatever.
and sleep.
Whatever. But you know what I mean. I mean, like I just wanna. I've always wanted to be in a kitchen, you know, asking these questions to these chefs while they're making the plates, right?
Oh,
So,
I think, yeah, I know.
you
what
know,
you
like
mean.
I'm not gonna ask you to do it during the service because I know your mind's not there.
You should do that because that's actually more fun. I think during service, kind of like I think it's cool. Like people,
Okay.
people should see like what we do sometimes because it's like, it's fun. Like for me, it's fun. If it's a really busy service, like it's pretty cool to watch like how like everyone just works together. Especially the staff that I have right now, like I think they're all like they get along really well. So they're always like someone's falling behind, they're like happy to go around and help them plate. So that's kind of cool to watch because you're like, oh man, these guys are doing this and they're doing this all the time, and this thing has to come up at the same time, and they're working together. I think that's more fun. But if you want to see the creative process, that kind of usually starts like way before, like
Of course.
like you start thinking about something. Sometimes it depends on what's available. In the summer, things change really quickly. So because I feel like you're talking about like the process of what we do and
Yeah.
how
Well,
we create things.
yes, not like the leading up process. Obviously, that's super important. But I mean, just me in particular, like, I would just love to see you guys in action.
Yeah,
right?
that's common service like the fun part.
Yeah.
You know, you just like stand around. We've when we did the dinner with Pacheco, oh my god, that was crazy. We had like my staff, like 10 of us, and then we had like another 15 like interns.
Mhm.
The kitchen's very small. Like I don't know how it was crazy. And Pacheco was pretty about the things that we were doing, how we were doing it. So it was like it was fun, but it was intense. Like it was just like so many people talking. At one point I had to be like, okay, everyone stop. Like no more talking. Just I'm the only one that talks, and you guys are gonna have to listen, and that's it. And
Yeah.
and it was it's crazy. It was like that. Those kind of services are fun. One, because you learn from what you might be doing wrong, and also from what you're doing right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's the. If I was you, that's what I would want to see. I would like when I go out for dinners too. Like I love to sit. I'm kind of a bad person to go to an open kitchen because I'm like distracted watching
of course,
everything.
Of course. Yeah, me too.
I'm never judging. Like I'll never go there to like judge people's food.
Yeah.
I if I do that, I go by myself because when I'm
Yeah,
going for for a precise thing that I want to learn. But if I'm with friends, I'm like, I'm just kind of observing. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's entertaining for me.
No, it's the same thing with me whenever I go to concerts or festivals where
Yeah.
I'm not working.
Yeah.
I'm there and I'm just looking at the system, and then sometimes in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, this could have sounded, I would have done this differently
Yeah.
to make this sound this
Yeah.
certain way, So I know exactly what we're talking about because I've been like that with some friends, and some
Yeah.
friends will always say that I'm distracted and I'm not paying attention, but it's like I
Yeah.
am, but to what I enjoy,
Yeah.
So I get that part, but before we continue, I have some sponsorship videos that I got to play. So think of a question for me, and we'll be back in a short commercial break. Ciao. A very special thank you goes out to our sponsor, Wash & Co., your mobile auto detailing business. You want to get that car clean, get all that gunk, all that salt off the car after this crazy weather here in Toronto? Make sure you give them that call, our 416-807-4261. Follow them on Instagram at washandco.to, and let us take care of the rest. Ciao. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lights Camera Accion season number 2. Like I mentioned, we want to give a very special shout out to our official sponsor of the show, Bradley Meats. Bradley Meats has been serving the community for well over 10 years. It is a family-run business by father and son, and they provide premium cuts of meat sourced from local farms at the best prices. Everything from skirt steak, veal, short rib, T-bone steak, Colombian and Argentinian sausages, their famous chimichurri, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bradley Meats. Give them a call at 905-669-7583. Visit them at 445 Edgeley Boulevard, unit number 4, or give them that follow on Instagram at bradley.meats. Once again, this is your official sponsor, and now let's get back to the show. What's up, guys? What's up? We're back. Thank you for those short commercial breaks. I actually bought some meat from Bradley a couple of weeks ago. Actually, no, last week I think it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, have you tried their food before?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
No,
their
I
meat?
have not. No.
Do you know where it is?
No, what is it?
It's by Jane and Highway 7. So once we're done here, Georgie's going to take us out.
Nice.
We're going to go buy some meat and do some masala at his place.
Good.
Yo, he just bought a house.
You did?
Yeah,
This guy.
man, he bought like 4
Humble
houses.
guy.
Yo.
He's hiding over there. Good for him.
I'm going to put him on the show one day with the microphone
You should. He's got
Yeah.
all the stories.
and a lot of stories. So like I said, do you have a question that you want to ask me, or do you want to just continue with the?
Yeah, like I remember when we started chatting about this thing, you told me about like how you were taking care of your mental health now and how you go to the gym. And I think that's something people should like talk about. I feel like I want to know what and how you feeling now.
Okay, so when in regards to what exactly do you want
Like
to know?
mental health, because you say you were like you needed to take a break.
Yeah.
To take care of your mental health, and you said you started to go to the gym and that helped.
Yeah.
So what made you want to take care of your mind? Like, what was like, okay, I'm not okay. I need to do this for me.
Yeah. So there's obviously a lot, and we could talk about it forever because there's literally a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just finished eating before. My bad. Costa Verde makes some good ass food. So shout out to Costa Verde. We're going to have them on the show as well. So if you guys like some Portuguese rotisserie, make sure you visit them at the corner of Keel and Wilson, right beside the Oye Latinos office. But anyways, going back to what you were saying, man, it was just a bunch of things happening. You know what I mean? It was just a pile of things slowly. Like, when they say that we have the tendency of sweeping everything under the rug.
Yeah.
And the more we keep doing that, the more, that little hump on the rug starts getting bigger and bigger, and then you start falling over it. So it was getting to the point that it was affecting the things around me. You know what I mean? How I performed at work, how I performed with my relationships, with my friendships, with my relationships with my parents, my health, most importantly. And again, we all know this because now we're at the age where we understand the importance of proper health. Good health. Good surroundings, your relationships. What you watch, all that stuff. And then just. It was getting to the point that I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. It wasn't sustainable anymore, and my health it was slowly getting worse, and I was, at one point I was 267 pounds.
Well.
You know what I mean? Like, and I would be in so much pain doing shows or like weddings or whatever. And then like when it came time to packing things up, I would be exhausted. So what would I do back then? You know what I mean? Like, for example, a concert where I'll be there for like 24 hours sometimes, just setting up and running the show. It'll be like 3, 4 in the morning and we're packing everything up. And since I would be in so much pain from standing, what would I do? I used to run to the beer, right? Just to numb me, you know what I mean? So I can continue the job because I was exhausted or whatever, and yeah, it was just a pile of things and it just got to the point that I couldn't do it. And that's when I started getting closer to God and You know, it got to one point where I'm like, you know, God, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, I cannot do this. I need you to take over. And you know, that's been a whole, and that conversation in particular, that we could talk about that forever, because, you know, it's been an amazing almost 4 years of you know, journey with me, you know, and everything that I've been wanting to do and change. But yeah, man, everything started with me when I just asked God, you know, take over, and you know, little by little, I just started removing myself from groups that I did not, you know, need to be around, eating properly, you know, watching how I speak and stuff like that. And like, even that's another reason why too, my first season of this podcast, which was all done on Twitch, I kind of don't want to post it, you know, because I was swearing every single time when I was talking, you know, and it's like little things like that obviously bad habits that I learned along the way. For example, in the industry, you know, in the music industry, the way they talk, every other word is swearing, you know, and like, besides the whole industry, I was, again, my surroundings, you know, it was a lot of stuff. And then yeah, it's not sustainable, you know, and I feel like these things that are bad for you, the more you do it, the more you think it's normal, and the more you think it's okay, because, you know, it makes you feel a certain way for a certain moment, which is why we keep chasing that, you know, whether it be women, whether it be alcohol, whether it be drugs, whether it be spotlight, the attention. And like this also, I believe, is very important as to why, you know, you need to take these mental health situations serious. You know what I mean? And it was definitely consuming me, you know, across the board when it came to the drinking, the women, the just all that stuff, you know, and people pleasing. And it's and sorry if I'm drifting off to the question that you asked, but it's you know, the gym is super important. You know what I mean? And not just going to the gym to lift weights, just mentally thinking about these specific things that you're going through, and using that to also help motivate you and push you at the gym, you know? And again, like I said before, the eating, you know, I was always eating processed food, always fast food, because I was always on the go. You know, like my excuse was, I can't prep my food, you know, but it was an excuse, you know? So yeah, hopefully I answered your question. I know I kind of went all over the place just because it's a very... It's a very deep question with that comes with deep, you know, answers and stuff. But yeah, man.
Oh, it's good. But do you feel good now? How do you feel?
Oh,
much better.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I'm not going back, man. It's and it's crazy because even now, and I've said it before on some of these shows, it's way more difficult now, right? Because now back in the day, in those days when I was going through things, I would use these things to escape the drinking, the women, whatever it was, you know what I mean? And now it's different because now, again, you know, when you start getting closer to God, or you start choosing a different path, I guess the better path, people believe that things will get easier. No, not necessarily, right? It's still going to get stressful. It's still going to be hard, you know? But it's like now when I go through these things, it's number one, again, I have God there with me at all times, you know, and I try to run to him with anything that happens. And it just helps me, you know, think before I speak. It helps me think before I do anything. But I believe that it's much more difficult now because when life happens, sometimes we want to run to those distractions, you know. And I'm not doing that now. Now it's because I'm not doing it because I know that distractions that I used to use before didn't take me anywhere. Yeah. You know. So, yeah.
That's good.
Hopefully,
you look healthy. That's why I asked. It's like I noticed a difference. Last time I saw you was like maybe like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, I was a beluga whale.
I mean,
and I had a bit more hair.
Maybe, yeah. You lost hair because you started going to the gym.
It's all the stress.
But how's your life? Because you're a DJ.
My life is very. I have to be very meticulous with what I do with my time.
Yeah.
It gets very overwhelming at times, like knowing that I have a day job and then at the same time I'm trying my best to like be present for people in my life, right? Like I'm there for my mother, especially more than anything. Now I'm also like on the verge of getting married. Everybody, that's for the airwaves right now. The boy's gonna get married, and thank you. And you know, DJing, like it's one thing that it's very selective. Like I love doing it.
Yeah.
But when it feels like it's more of a job, like I need to do it, I have to do it. It takes, you know what I mean. I love podcasting. You know, talking, creating content is like I think is where my passion truly lies.
Yeah.
Doing this, I do my own thing on my own channel, Revelations TV on YouTube, and also working on a radio show, right? Latin Beats TO, right? So it's like a few things going on at once, right?
Yeah.
Taking care of mental health is of the essence, or you're gonna lose your mind and you're gonna start not being there for people. You're gonna start letting people down. You're gonna start just what people. I don't like people to stop thinking the way they felt of me at first.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So just with that said, like my question for you is like, how do you feel knowing that you're a boss, like your people are counting on you? Like, what do you do when you feel like you just can't no more, and like, but you know you still have to show up? Like, what's part of your, like, do you have like your mantra or something that helps you bounce back?
I just I usually like just take a moment. Like I literally take a moment. Like if I feel like that, nah. But I also been doing this for so long that it doesn't happen so often. But I remember like I had like a panic attack like years ago when I was like my first time being a chef, and because it's kind of like every time you move from something to something new, even if you're ready, you might not be 100% ready because it's a different thing now that you're doing. So the first time I had like people I was in charge with, or for like I think it's a little bit nerve-wracking, especially if things don't start going kind of good from the start. Then you're kind of like you're like freaking out. I didn't even know I was having a panic attack. I just figured out later. But I remember like I was kind of like freaking out, and I had to go to the bathroom. I didn't need to go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom and I just kind of like stayed there for like 10-15 minutes. And I was like kind of like feeling weird. I was like, I don't know what the feeling was. But that moment helped me like bounce back to be like able to come back and with a clear mind and able to delegate things properly. But later on, I was like, oh man, that was a panic attack what I just had, and I didn't know I was having that. And it's just like, you know, like it's funny because it's kind of like the same thing when you're a kid. People don't teach you about how to save money. They don't teach you about how to be in relationships, and they don't teach you about like how to deal with your emotions. They just teach you about like, I don't know, history, and which is important, and like math and all those things. But you don't really like when you finish high school, you graduate from things, you kind of just like get thrown into the world and you're like, figure it out. And if you're lucky, you kind of find a good group of friends and they're your core family, and then you kind of become good. But if you're unlucky and you find in a group or a setting where like they might be doing drugs and they might be doing like this stuff that you don't want to be doing, then it's unfortunate because you kind of go into, you think that's the way you're supposed to deal with things. So I think that's kind of like the scary part of like just the industry. Is like when you see people like that, it's kind of sad. Unfortunately, I have not seen a lot of people in my circle, which has been good. But I think when I feel like that with my staff, it hasn't been that many times, fortunately for me. But because I have those things in my head, when I kind of see people that I work with, I kind of try to be devil's advocate of like why they may act in one way or why they be acting. I don't just kind of take it like a grain of salt. Like if someone's doing a bad job, I never be like, this guy sucks, or like this girl's doing something stupid. I always kind of think about like, okay, like they did this, what happened, and
what caused it?
What caused it? Like what was the reasoning? Or like was it like they're distracted, or like maybe they didn't get the proper training, or maybe I didn't was correctly in the directions I was asking. So I think that I try to be more people oriented. I want people to feel like they can talk to me. Like if people are afraid of talking to me, coming to me for a problem, it's a problem. So I'd rather kind of just approach them in a way that's like, hey, like you can talk to me anytime you want. Like if you need something, like tell me. I have like this dishwasher. His name is Rangan. He's from Sri Lanka, and he didn't when he started with us, he didn't speak in English. And at the beginning, I used to use my translator to like show him, and we chatted. And then now the guy speaks like he's sarcastic. He makes jokes in English.
Is he watching right now? You think he's watching?
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't watching. But
well, give him a shout out and then send him the link.
He doesn't know how to use this. It's funny. I I joke with him because I sometimes when he needs help with things, like I get into his bank account and I kind of help him. And I tell him, tomorrow wake up, no money for you. And he is like, oh, if you wake up, I know it's you. He's like, he knows. He's so smart, the guy. I love the guy. So I think it's like, like when you have those moments, I think for me is just I need to take a second, to step away, and then I come up better. And I think that's why this industry is good for me, because I can also, like, if I don't have those moments, I can, like, hold it and be like, okay, like, kind of like prioritize as like, is this important right now, or would this be okay if I wait a little bit more till tomorrow? On like, do I need to do this right now, or can I do this tomorrow? So it's always kind of like putting my mindset in that situations. But also I've learned to be like, if I'm sick, I'm sick. If something's wrong with me, something's wrong with me. Like, not to ignore it. So it's like, I don't think you should try to be a boss and be like,
yeah, of course.
I don't feel anything. I'm strong. Like, I was like, dude, if you're in pain, say you're in pain. That's it.
Yeah. Don't beat around the bush.
No, don't do it. It doesn't make sense.
Of course. Diego, question. What's one thing people don't know about you? What's one thing that, you just didn't want to tell anybody, or one thing that people don't know about you?
Well, I mean, like last year, personal.
Yeah, personal. Besides the whole chef.
Well, I think personal. Like, I think like I realized recently that like I'm a happy person, very outgoing, like charismatic and whatnot. But I didn't realize, like, for a long time, like inside I was like lonely and sad. Yeah. And it had to do with like a lot of like unresolved trauma from different things that happened. So I think people don't know that I'm like, like I'm not actually always okay. Yeah. I think that's the one thing, but I am okay now. I'm okay. So I don't want people to be like, oh my God, you're okay, you're all right, man. Like, I don't think I was, especially like last year. Like, I really let myself go, like in I don't know what happened. Completely like lost my way. Like, I was still functional. I was still doing my stuff. I was still having fun and things. But I saw how like was not really. I realized like, oh man, you were not okay. Like, there was something wrong with you. And like, I think figuring that out it was a good eye opening for me. So I think that's the one thing. But I think for the most part, if you know me, if you're a friend of mine, what you see is what you get. Honestly,
exactly. Exactly. Well, that's why. Like, for example, today it's I didn't even say anything to you before the show because I just flow. You know what I mean? We're not here. That's the beautiful thing about podcasting, right? It's not it's not like the news where you have to be hecho y derecho and you have to, you know what I mean? Like, the podcast world is beautiful because you just talk. We're just having a conversation. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? Of course. So I come not to your restaurant per se, but just you as your personality, right? So I come try your food. Hey, do you like my food? No. Honestly, I didn't like it. Yeah. How would you take that? Like, what do you?
Well, depends. Are you saying it as like to be an asshole, or are you saying
no? Just like an actual critical, like, not bad, or like.
I think it depends on what it is. Like, there's some things that are like.
How do you take criticism? Is my question.
I welcome it. Like, it's like, I think everybody like has different palates. Like, you may like acid, I may hate it. I may like bitter things. You might. So it's hard for me to be like.
Hold on, what type of acid? The drug acid or the food acid? I'm kidding.
You may like acid. No, like citrus, vinegars, stuff like that. Yeah. But like it's like I don't. It depends. Like, I don't really. I think I'm very critical of the stuff that I make. So I try to do my best. But even then, like, sometimes people are gonna say they don't like it, and I think that's fine. Like, sometimes you just don't like things, Like, I'm not really.
You get self-conscious at all when somebody like is. Critical in a not so favorable way.
Yeah, like sometimes you kind of do. You can't help it because you work so hard on this stuff, and someone says I don't like it, you're like, fuck, you suck. You suck. And then you like disappear for a whole year. No, I'm kidding. No, you're like I think you're just like. I'm okay. People don't like the food. Especially if they're right. Like if they're like, oh, I don't like this because they need a salt, or like, oh, like this not balance, and I'll be like, you're right. I think you're absolutely right. But I think usually we don't really get that feedback from people, but I'm always okay if people don't like stuff. Like it's just the nature, you know. Like I mean, you're a DJ. Someone doesn't like your music, you can't be like, "Whoa, what the heck, man." You have to accept it.
What do you think Gordon Ramsay would say about your food?
My food? Fuck, man, I don't know. He'll probably yell at me or something. Are you stupid sandwich or something?
You're right.
No, I think he'll like it. I think he'll appreciate it because we what we do right now, Chantecler is very we do a little bit of everything. We do like technical. We do some things that are like more like creative, with the things that are simple. Because some people are not really into new things. They just gonna know what's simple. When you do something out of the world, like they don't know what it is. Even if you know it tastes good, they'll be like they won't order it. Like I had a pigeon dish a couple months ago. It was so good. Nobody ordered it because it's a pigeon. But then you put a bird that says chicken in it, and then people are like, yeah, I'll order like 10 of those. It's just trying to find out like what people like. But I don't know. If he came, I think he'd probably like it. I think he'll be more critical than most people. But you know, like people forget, like he was actually a real chef. You know, like before he became like a celebrity, he was like a real chef that went through this stuff. So he knows what he's talking about. So I mean, if you didn't like it, I'll be like, you're just being an asshole right now, man. What did I do to you? No, I think you'll like it. Yeah.
Okay, not bad. What's let's just say you're on your deathbed. What would be that last meal, that last plate that you want before
I died?
Before you go to heaven?
I don't know, man. I change my mind all the time.
Well, let's just pretend.
I think I'd just be like my grandmother's arroz con pollo.
Nice.
You know, like she makes like this nice stewed chicken on like the pressure cooker.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Like that with rice. I think that'll be so good for me. Like honestly, that just very simple.
Yeah. So now that you brought up your abuelita, how important has she been in your whole journey as, you know, becoming a chef and wanting to do that? Because that's obviously, you know, one of the things that, or at least I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's one of the reasons why, you know, your event that you're doing May 5th, you know, it stems from somewhere, right? So how does that
well, you know what, like my grandmother is very important to me. Like she's like, I don't know what it is about her, like she's like, I always said like she's the love of my life, and like she was really, I think she was really nice when I was a kid towards me, and my brothers, my sisters. But in reality, like my parents, my grandmother, my family, is kind of like one of like who like moved me in terms of what I do. I never really do things to make them proud. Mm-hmm. I make things that make me happy. Yep. And if they love me, they'll appreciate what I do, and then they'll be proud of me regardless of what I do. So I never really move myself with like, I gotta do this to make them proud.
Of course.
I just kind of do it because I love it, and like what I do is not just what I love doing. It's not my passion. Like it's my life. It's like I do this like day to day. Even if my day's off, I'm always thinking about it. It's just part of me right now. So it's I do this all the time. Now for what I'm doing for like May 5th at dinner, that's kind of like it started since like just before the pandemic. I started really thinking about like why I'm cooking, what is the reason of doing this, and I started like thinking how like I never really like I moved here when I was so little from Ecuador, and I love our food. Like our food is really
it's
like it was underrated. Now it's become like one of the best restaurants in South America. It comes from Ecuador. Like they're the best at what they do right now. So it's just kind of like I want to be able to say thank you to Canada and also like remember where I come from. Mm-hmm. So like put those two together in a way that I can make it delicious and make people understand like not only like what I do, but also like where they come from. I don't know. I just want to do it different too. You know, like it's I don't want to just cook food. I want to do good stuff. I want to make people feel welcome. I want people to remember, have good memories, like where they come from when they eat something like that. It's like, I want them to realize how much opportunity you have in Toronto or in Canada. Like you can do things if you just really like put your mind to it and you want to do things. So for me, it's more like I just want people to know, like you can try it. Just honestly, you just have to start doing something, and then the rest kind of starts to fall into part.
Of course. What's now that you brought up, the whole event that you're doing, your pop-up, let's talk about, if you don't mind, just let the viewers know a little bit about that story. You know what I mean? Why you decided to do this, and I guess what you're planning on doing for that day.
Well, that day it's just about the food. It's just about the food that day. It's about like showcasing what heritage is to me. Being able to work with some of the farmers, like from Canada, from Toronto, it's very important to me as well. And I think when I think of food and I think of Ecuadorian food, it's very humble. And if you connect those two things, it's like it just makes sense to me. And I want it to be like a very special night for people. I was saying to someone, I was like, this is not authentic Ecuadorian food. It will never be.
Yeah.
It's just food that inspires me, because it literally comes from my soul. Like it comes from like me being proud from Ecuador and being to live in Toronto and have this opportunity. I don't know. I think it just makes even the name just heritage is like I want you to come and just eat. I want you just to enjoy it. Even though we're doing it too, like it's a nice place. They're very like there is a humble restaurant.
So you don't want to tell us where it is, right?
I want to and I don't, but maybe I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna announce it tomorrow, just because I want people to. People are like, "Where is it?" Just tell us where it is. But they're good folks. They're a neighborhood restaurant. They just opened last year. It's they have a good following in terms of like community, and I like working with restaurants that are part of like community. It's important to me as well.
Yeah.
So that's why it kind of makes sense. And also the kitchen's open too, so I want people to like able to like pop in and say hi.
Yep.
I want to be able to see people's faces when they're eating the food. I want to see what's going on. So I think I'll announce it tomorrow.
Okay.
People are really like on me for this. So
yeah, no. Don't, you know what? Well, listen, you obviously do what you need to do. I don't think you should announce it. Just keep that whole, that surprise aspect, because it is, again, for those that don't know, this is at a secret location, right? And let me just switch back to the camera here. For those that don't know, this is actually officially sold out. So before we continue, how does it feel to be able to do an event like this, where you're showcasing, your heritage and obviously mixing, the ingredients from here, and then finding out, that all your hard work is paying off because it's officially sold out. And, I think you have 3 time slots, right? Something like that, no?
It's all like stagger, but it's like it's pretty. We overbooked actually. Like I had a set number of what I wanted to do. I didn't think it was gonna sell out. It's gonna be a long time and it's sell out. I was like, oh, that's fucking crazy, man. But it's really satisfying to see like people saw it and people were buying into it, and then like they want to be part of it, which in a way creates like good pressure for me to do a good job on it. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a fun night. I wish I have a little more resources to do more things that I wanted to do. But part of this dinner series is like, like I'm doing one. I did one in Mexico. I'm doing this one. This is the only one in Toronto for this year. And then I'm doing one in Ecuador for the next one. And then after that, the plan is to do Argentina and Finland, to close it off in Finland. So.
Oh, nice.
But
do you need a sound guy?
Yeah, you can come.
Just to show up, just to hold whatever mic you don't need.
Yeah, I think that all it's. I kind of had it in my head that I want it to be like more bigger than what it is. I want people to like see it, and it's just very random to do it in Finland. Like I went to Finland and I really loved the food over there, the way the people are.
Yeah.
And they don't have this type of food over there.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's bring you some stuff that you've never tried.
Yeah.
So just trying to build up the momentum. The one in Argentina and Finland, they're on the works. I think it's just because they're so farther away, people don't want to commit to that far.
Of course.
But Argentina and Finland, I would say like 80% there. So.
Okay, well, I'll definitely go to the Argentinian one. You just have to make sure you buy my flight and pay for my room and board, and I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, you can come cook.
Yeah, like arroz con huevo.
Live stream the
whole
event.
Dude, I'll live stream you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. You pay for my flight. I'll take care of the hotel and everything. And
you pay for my flight. Why are you gonna pay for your flight?
Because
I'm kidding.
No, but that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, I don't know, Mary, if you have another question for him, or are you good?
No, I was thinking, going to Europe, right? You've been to Denmark,
Yep.
right? Where else in Europe have you worked? You
And
said
what-
London, right?
Yeah, I was in London. I was at this place called The Pass in the typing room. The Pass, it was like only 27 seats. That place was nice because you basically cook the food and you bring it to the table, and you have to explain it to the guests.
That's cool.
And I love that.
That's cool.
I think that was like, but you know what, like, kind of to go back to a little bit, like, Noma was kind of like that, the same idea. They were very high energy kitchen from the beginning, like they call it like organized chaos, which it was like you have everything planned, but you just kind of get hammered the entire service. But every second you have to go and bring the dishes to the table. And you explain, you're like such a rush, but then you have to be calm when you go to the table. It's like you have to be like, okay,
Can't
and
even
then you're
imagine
like, this is this beautiful spot prawns from Iceland that we got it for you today, and then go back and you gotta walk normal, and then you go into the kitchen, you're like, go. So you like that. Everyone's just
Talking
like,
to the mic, mi amor.
man, I'm not used to this, man.
I know, we'll get used
But-
to it, man.
But yeah, I think that, like, there was that Denmark and there was London. So we also did like Mexico and Tulum. That was great. I think that was probably the best food I've ever had in my life, because we did Noma did the Noma pop up in Tulum, and it was insane. Like, we did lunch and dinner, like 150 people. I can't remember, 120, 150. And it's all in the jungle, basically.
Nice.
Like, there's no roof. Like, if it rained, you're gonna have to sit like behind the restaurant. And it was like wood fire. There was no electricity, so you're like working in the worst conditions, but in the best conditions. But the produce was just amazing. Like,
Top of
everything
top.
was just so good. Everything you tasted was like my brain was just like, what the heck, man. And I think that's when I started thinking like Ecuadorian food makes sense in Toronto. I started thinking of that like that. Like, it just makes sense. Like, something about it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, man. Like, I don't know. I think like you guys made me think about like the stuff that I've done in terms of like traveling, going to work. A lot of times with no money, just broke, and be like, man, what am I doing? Like, this is
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
But it feels good, you know, when you do this stuff. You're like, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I threw myself in the water without knowing how to swim.
Of course,
You know?
because it forces you how to,
Yeah.
it forces you to learn how to
Yeah.
swim and how to, stay above water, right?
Yeah.
It's the beauty part of it, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely awesome. I just had a brain fart. That's what happens when it's live. But I'm gonna ask you another quick question over here. I had a question here for you now. I can't find it. What do you love the most about yourself?
About myself.
Yes. And hold on. Do you want to switch it up to Spanish? Just in case there's people watching that are not de habla inglés.
No hablo inglés. No sabo.
No sabo.
That's my sister. No sabo.
Is she watching right now?
I
She's
don't
probably
know.
watching.
Maybe
Hey,
she's
sister, no sabo.
no
How are you?
sabo. You want me to say it in Spanish?
Yeah, do it. Go for it.
What I love about myself. Oh,
¿Qué amas más de ti? I think that's it, right? Did I say it right?
creo me gusta que soy tranquilo, que entiendo a la gente, me pongo yo en lugar de la gente. Y si alguien está ahí, siempre pienso que por qué hicieron esto, por qué están así, o por qué se sienten mal. Me gusta que siempre que conozco a alguien desde el principio, instantáneamente tienen mi, ¿cómo se dice? Les doy todo mi amor. Así, si quieren, les conozco, somos amigos desde el principio.
Yeah.
Es más fácil que te ganes mi confianza, pero cuando la pierdes después es más, es más difícil de recoger. Pero igualmente, así la gente hace errores y no creo que lo hacen a propósito, entonces siempre, si alguien te hace algo, siempre les perdono.
Of course.
Siempre digo, si hiciste esto, no es mi culpa, no fue tu culpa. Somos humanos al final del día. Siempre.
Absolutely.
Yeah, also if you screw me over, I'll forgive you eventually, because I was like, you know what, you're human, I'm human, and what's the point of us just hating? I don't want to be like living in a world where it's like I can't go to a restaurant or I can't go here because this person did this to me. Just having people have that control over yourself, it's just kind of, I think it's like, why let it ruin it, man? Just live your life. If someone did this to you, just move on, carry on, keep doing.
Turn the other cheek.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, yes. Yeah.
It's something I've had to do a lot. And sometimes it's hard, but
you're going to sleep better, man, if you let it go.
100%.
Yeah.
That's why I've been sleeping way better when I get to sleep early, But
forgiveness is for you, not for the other person.
Exactly. So think about another question for me. I'm going to ask you another question here for now. What are the kitchen tools that you cannot live without? So I'll say it in Spanish. ¿Qué son los instrumentos de la cocina que vos no puedes, sin ellos no sabes lo que hacer? What are those tools that you need to have?
Los esenciales.
Oh man, honestly, without my hands, they're not really tools, but I love making pasta.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can use my hands all the time, I love just touching food in general. I like feeling my stuff with my hands.
You wash your hands when you touch the food?
All the time.
Okay,
you have
good.
to. But I just feel like, like power cooking is like feeling things, and you really have to. I get kind of upset when people don't touch food with their hands, because I'm like, this is like the most natural thing to do, and it's like the one you really, really connect with what you're doing is by feeling them. So that's 100% my hands. They're not really tools. But besides that, I don't know. I have like this called a bench scraper. It's like this like Y thing. You can use it for a lot of things.
Bench scraper?
Yeah, we use it for like pastry baking, when you cut in chives, like everything. I have my favorite knife is called Sugimoto. It's like this like paring knife. It's kind of this long. It's my everything knife. I use it for everything. It's like my butchering knife, my cutting onions knife, my peeling knife. Like I use it for like almost everything. And then you always need a Sharpie. I always have a Sharpie on me all the time.
Interesting.
So it's like, I think it's just like kind of simple. The rest is kind of just, honestly, I can make, I've done this for so long that I feel like I can make more things work. I also kind of like going into people's kitchen and just being able to like produce something random from their fridge. Yeah. I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, like my hands, the bench scraper and the Sharpie at the restaurant.
Interesting. I was not expecting the Sharpie, but but okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So what's I'm going to ask you two questions. What's your favorite plate to eat, and what's your favorite plate to create?
To create? Oh man, that's like I'm thinking about to eat. I already told you the arroz con pollo. Yeah. Anytime. Or like pasta. I love pasta. If I can have some pasta and some wine with my friends, really nice.
What's your favorite pasta?
Very simple. Tomatoes. With tomatoes, shrimp, and spaghetti. Fresh homemade pasta.
Nice.
It's actually not that hard. I can teach you how to make it in 20 minutes.
Like right now? Like could we go to the restaurant?
We could go right now. Yeah, I can show you how to make it.
I'm so down.
It's not that
hard.
No
pressure though. No pressure, but I'm so down.
It's not that hard to make it. But and then to create, I don't know. It's always different. I usually, and it's very random. Like sometimes I'll just like think of like I'll see something. I'm like, I'll be cool to like try to make something together. Like I went to Spain last year, and then I went to this restaurant, and they had like this ice cream, this coconut ice cream, and I tried it. I'm like, oh, so good, man. And I also had like asparagus dish beside that, and I was like, oh man, I think these two things will go great together. So I came back and I made like asparagus dish with like coconut ice cream.
Coconut ice cream. Okay.
People were like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, sorry, but it was. I thought it was one of those cool dishes, but like I also have like inspirations from like childhood dish. Like one of my favorite dishes right now that I have on the menu, it's like this. It's called repollo. You know what repollo is?
Yeah, of course.
Repollo, la sopa de repollo.
Yeah.
Like my grandfather used to make that for me. It was so gross. When I was a kid, I hated it. I could not eat that thing and make me like want to puke. It was terrible. I used to pretend to fall asleep just so I could not eat that thing. It was so bad. But then when I did that pop-up, like one of my first pop-ups, like, what should I do this? And I was like, kind of thinking cabbage. I was going to make like a repollo. Mm-hmm. And I was doing like another dish at the same time beside it. And I kind of just started putting those things together. And I was like, oh man, maybe I should do this instead. So like now it's like this brine cabbage that we brine it on salt overnight. And then we take it out, we dry it, and then we roast it with some bone marrow. and then we finish it with some marinated mussels and some cashew aioli and like some fermented powder, and very like citrusy like fermented powder and the cashew aioli. It's simple. It's like three, 4 ingredients, but it's so good. Like I think that dish is like really cool.
So what's that one called again?
It's cabbage and mussels.
Okay.
For my pop-up, it was repollo, but for this one, I have it. Like, it's good, man. It's like, you love mussels? Yeah, the West Coast mussels are really good. They're nice and plumb. Yeah, they're really nice. They're
My favorite pasta dish is seafood.
Yeah.
Seafood pasta.
Yeah.
Dude. That's my weakness.
I know, man. I feel like South American people really like vibe with like the Italian food.
Of course,
Like
dude,
we
Italian
all
food is
do.
beautiful,
Yeah,
but
it's-
like authentic Italian food, like
Yeah,
know, the good
it's good. It's good food. I think those. Yeah, this is my creating process is more about like sometimes you get things like on the spot. Sometimes you get them out of necessity, and sometimes you actually get to try things. When you get to try things, it's cool because you're experimenting, and you kind of it's like a try and error, and then you see like, oh, this is good, this is not good, and you realize how stupid you are or how smart you are. You know, it's one of those two things.
yeah, literally. Okay, that's awesome. It's pretty cool. So
Now let me ask you this.
of course,
like
go for
you
it.
always like on the back. How come you not sit next to us?
Okay, thank you for asking that question. So, you're not the only person that's asked me that, you know,
Yeah.
because a lot of people, you know, when I started doing this podcast, were like, Jonah, why don't you, stand beside the crowd or, sit beside the guests?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, listen, you're right, but I don't like copying people. I like doing things differently, right? So, for example, just like you said, right, I'm always behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and I'm like, let me just do it that way, let me have the guests in front of me.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know, I'm literally in another room, right? They can still see me. We're still here, right? And I literally control everything from over here, right?
Yeah.
So I have the program right here. I have another screen over here, which I have the questions sometimes. I have the questions over here. I have my other laptop here that has the music and stuff.
Do
and
you feel like you need to have control with things with what
yes,
you do?
100%. When it comes to things that I'm involved with,
Yeah.
I have to, just because I know what I want and how I want it done,
Yeah.
right? That's number one. Number two, one of the other reasons why I don't have somebody else behind here is because you have to pay them to do that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to ask someone to do it for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then obviously,
Georgie will do it for free.
of course
He's
you
sitting.
will.
He's sitting there anyways. Just
I
let
know,
him do it.
He's sleeping. Just lower your volume. I don't want him to wake up. I just want to do something different. I wanted to do something that is in my element, and this is my element, right?
Yeah.
That's why for those that are watching and they see me churning and changing the camera angles and stuff, it's because I'm just, changing things around
Yeah.
and stuff. But I like it. Like, again, I've never been someone to do shit like this. It's always, I've always been against the spotlight and everything because I've been around it my whole life because of my career and stuff, right? But this is another thing too that I think I said in the beginning of the show, right? Sometimes we have to throw ourselves into the water
Yeah.
in order to learn how to float, and that's what I did with the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I literally during the pandemic, when you were doing the virtual shows every weekend with Nico, I was controlling everything. So we were doing it for a couple of years, and then I thought about it, but I'm like, But then it just came to one point that I'm like, I gotta let me do it, and I purposely posted it on my story on Instagram just to be held accountable.
Yeah.
And then I went for it, and the first episode, which I'll show you once we're done the show, the first episode that I did by myself was like 3 times I unmuted the microphone after the countdown went on and nothing came out.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk.
Yeah.
Like I was so, and I remember I muted the microphone and I started screaming. I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
But it's, I enjoy it. It's something that I wish I did sooner, but obviously todo toma su tiempo and you can't rush this stuff. So, that's why I wanted to keep it like this, just because it's my element. I know what I do, what to do. And I like throwing myself into the fire. Right. And I think that the fire part is me talking and then running the show. Yeah. Because I could run the show, no problem, but talking and then looking into the camera and trying, that's the part, the fire part that I don't want to say struggle with, but I still get nervous and stuff like my heart's still pounding as I speak. Yeah. Right. Like right now, it may look like I'm calm and collective. Yeah. But I'm just like all over the place just to make sure everything is good. So, yeah, man.
I thought that's a good feeling. I mean, it's just I think it's more having that nervous system happening. Like you are going like this.
It's a good thing.
Your palms getting sweaty.
Yeah, like right now, my palms are sweaty too.
Yeah, I think that's like it's a good thing. I think people kind of are fearful of that.
Yeah. But
it's when I feel like that, I feel like kind of excited. It's it's weird because like I do a lot of things that are kind of out of this world for some people, but I don't get nervous through the process. I get nervous when it's happening. Like once it gets happened, I'm like, oh man, I'm freaking out right now. But then it's just at the same time I'm having the best time. If it's much nicer, obviously, when things are going like smooth and they're working out on your favor. But once they're like not going the way you want them, expect them to go, to me that's still fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm like learning, like honestly for me, like the more mistakes I make, the better for me. Like I don't necessarily like doing things that come out perfectly because it's kind of like boring for me.
Yeah.
But if things go sideways, I'm like, okay, how do we fix that? How do we how do we can make this better? And like this keep going. So it's for me that's fun. I don't know how you are with your stuff when you're out there DJing when like someone disconnects.
To be honest, for me, the most nerve-wracking part for me is the setup.
Yeah.
Right, setting up, making sure everything works.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing for me.
Yeah.
Right. Once I'm in it, like I like a challenge. So I did a Portuguese birthday party.
Yeah.
A few months ago, and that was so different for me because like I don't know Portuguese music. I don't know what's popular in their world.
Yeah.
Right. Especially because there was like an older generation, so I have to cater to like, a lot of different generations. Right.
Yeah.
And that was so nerve-wracking, but like doing research to like see what's hot, what was hot in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, what's hot for the people now, like what are the bangers, right? Like those are the things that get me nervous because it's like I don't know, like I can go based on like the beat, like okay, this is gonna work right now based on the key that the song is on, but I don't know what they're saying, so I don't know if like the phrases make sense. Like one song is talking about I don't know, going out to eat, and then the other one's talking about like partying. I don't know really what they're saying. Yeah. Right. But I love that feeling, and I also like the feeling when somebody comes up to me and say, like, hey, like, can you change this? Yeah. Because it's like, oh shoot, like I don't feel like less qualified. It actually pushes me more to try harder. I'm like, okay, let's see what works next. Yeah. So I love the versatility as well. That everybody loves Latin music, just like everybody loves Latin food. Yeah. Right. So you can't go wrong sometimes and just throw in a Latin song and it'll bring people back to the dance floor, right? Like, the setting up and then that feeling when you clear the dance floor because you played the wrong song. Oh man, that feeling is insane, But knowing that you brought them back, with the next song, that makes it all worth it. I know. I definitely have that feeling. I was like, oh, that song is good, man. Let's go right now. Never mind. Go to the bathroom now.
Yeah, no, it's that. To add to what Mario was saying, it's happened before where like, again, you just play the song that's not going to work. Yeah. And again, to add to what you were saying and to add to what he was saying, I kind of like that. Yeah. Because as much as it's nerve-wracking, it forces you to like make the adjustment and, hey, go. And that's where experience comes in, right? Yeah. It's happened to myself, a couple of times when I've made that mistake. It's happened when I've been part of events where there's multiple DJs and the DJ before me, it's not pulling their weight, and then like I start thinking, okay, what am I gonna do, right? And like for example, this is why for DJs at least, and I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with everyone. Like, with every career, you have to learn how to read the crowd. Yeah. Right, you have to watch for the cues. Yeah. You know what I mean? When I do my parties and stuff, during dinner and stuff like that's where I'm watching. Yeah. Right, and I purposely play specific genres, that are good for the dinner portion and stuff to see how everybody responds. Right. Yeah. I think I like when those mistakes happen. Because again, it is nerve-wracking. Yeah. But I like the whole fixing. And there's been times where I've had to do it. Yeah, on the fly, so it's a pretty cool thing.
You guys ever follow like the trends in terms of music, or you like try to create your own thing?
I think it's a bit of both for me.
For me, that's why I don't like doing like I never really wanted to chase the club life. Yeah, because of that. Just because people don't really appreciate the music anymore. For a long time, people stopped appreciating music. I remember, I would say like more than 10 years ago. I went to go see DJ Blast, right? I don't know if you're familiar with him, but this guy's like a reggaeton pioneer, man. Like
DJ, put some up.
You know,
I
and,
would, but then I don't want to
No, I'm
get
kidding. No, I'm
flagged.
kidding.
you know, and I was there, and I think it was Shamey Productions that put that one together.
Okay.
And
Where's he from again? DJ Bless?
Puerto Rico, right? He
Okay.
produced Latigazo
Where
for
was
Daddy
it?
Yankee. It was at the place called Ricky Ricardo at that time.
Okay.
And I could not believe that. I don't know if you know Gio the dancer, Gio from Arahuacu.
Yeah.
So him, another friend of ours, we went together to go see Blast, and we're thinking, you know, it's gonna be jam packed. We get there, and there was like not that many people there, and the people that were there, none of them appreciated the music.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. You guys have this legend in front of you playing all his hits.
Yeah.
And it was just literally the three of us fangirling in front of him, you know, and everybody else was just like at the back doing something else. And after that, I'm just like, this is disgusting. This is not the world for me.
Oh, yeah.
Was he the main act?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He was like, it was his night.
Was he older at that point?
I mean,
Like they were just bringing back. And
yeah, that's what it was. And I think it wasn't like, you know,
the right spot.
I think it wasn't promoted well because I found out about it the day of on like a Facebook post.
Was it at a nightclub or was it at
It
a
was at a
regular?
club. It was Ricky Ricardo.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricardo, my bad.
And
Interesting.
I realized that, oh man. And then when I would go to a Latin club once in a while, it just things changed a lot over the years.
Yeah.
And then I started going to house clubs, and house clubs, it's a completely different world,
Yeah.
but it's like a lot more technical, I think, a house club, right? I think in terms of music, if I were to compare DJing, I think house music is more in the sense of like a chef of your caliber, for example. Like you have to really know how to blend your music well, know what songs to choose, because it's like a repetitive beat,
Yeah.
right? But being able to tell a story that way, and people really gravitate to that scene, right? So that's why for me, I like more private events, because people want the older stuff. People want good music.
Yeah. Seems like the DJs are like on trend right now. Like I see a lot big, and they're like big. They're like big DJs. Also like drum and bass, like electronic music is like really. I mean, I kind of like that music. Like you know, like Fred Again. That's like pretty cool to me. Skrillex, all Skrillex is really good.
Shout out Skrillex.
yeah.
I've seen him like 3-4 times live,
But,
man.
see, I never got to see him, but like you know, like those guys, that kind of music is like it's fun to me. But there's like that one, I forget his name, and like I always forget about it. There's like this DJ from Ecuador, but he did a set in Berlin, and I was listening for a while, and it was so. I sent it to your brother. I was like, hey man, can you find me the song?
Yeah.
And he was able to find me the song. I sometimes I message your brother, like I'm like, hey, can you find the song for me, because I don't know the name of it. And he actually like sent it to me really quick. It was I think it's kind of funny, but I think that on that different note is like I think it's cool to see, like I think, you know, like I realize how like South American people are like very proud and always like so emotional when someone's doing so well. You know, it's like they never like kind of like, oh screw him, I hope he's doing terrible. They always like they show up. Like if you're doing something like, you know, like this pop up, I was like they showed up. I was like, oh that's cool.
Yeah.
And I saw like the guy from Berlin. I was like, that DJ thing is like he's packed. Like he's kind of big now. I forget his name, but he's doing really well. I think that like but it's different, you know. Like he's like in a way he's following the trends, but he's like mixing Ecuadorian music into a kind of fun way. I was like, man, it's cool when someone finds something different instead of like doing the same trends. I think it's kind of. For me, it's like, oh man, that's kind of fun. I wish I can do that too.
Yeah. What's your favorite genre of music? Right now.
Yeah, I think it's like
drum and bass.
Drum and bass, yeah. Right now, like I'm so into it right now.
Nice.
I'll always be into it, but like.
Yeah. I like it, but I never really got into it like that. Mary, what's your favorite genre?
Me, I honestly love deep house.
Yeah.
Deep house and tech house. Like that's my world.
Okay,
Yeah.
Georgie, what's your favorite type of music?
I already know. He likes the Ecuadorian
Sri
music.
Lankan folk music.
He loves-
¿Cómo se dice los
San Juanitos?
San Juanitos?
Oh, he loves that stuff.
You know who likes that? Richard.
Yeah, Richie?
Yeah,
We should call him right now.
He loves that stuff, man. He gets so sentimental.
What is that?
What?
Los
San Juanitos?
San
Yeah.
Juanitos?
I'll play it right now.
Where
Hold
are
on.
you from?
I'm Salvadorian and Mexican.
from
Oh,
Jane
that's
and
fine, yeah.
Finch.
Jane and Finch, yeah.
Hold on. You guys keep talking while I find this track.
It's
Mary,
like,
go
it's kind of like the, how do you say it? Like it's sad Ecuadorian music.
Okay.
But it's
for it. Oh,
like,
hold on. That's
that's
not
the same-
San Juanito. San Juanito's the dancing one. Like the one where you dance with everybody.
Oh, yes. The one that you like.
Yeah, there you
that's-
go.
Sorry.
Like
Sorry.
traditional music? almost.
Yeah, in a way,
Yeah. Hold on, I'll play it right now. Hold on. You guys can keep talking while I do this. Sorry.
But yeah, it's like it's fun. It's fun older music that they usually play it at the end of the night. You're closing down like the party.
Yeah, that's normally the cue. We're like, okay, guys,
yeah,
you got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Hold
That's when
on.
you wake up the kid that is sleeping on the couch.
Not on the couch.
Sleeping
on
across the
on
chairs.
On the chair,
on the
you
chairs.
wake them up and you bring them. You force them to dance. Funny because we all been there.
Oh yeah, all of us.
We all slept in that chair.
Hold on, let me check here. It's pretty much this. Hold on, I'm gonna play it right now.
Yeah, it's kind of sentimental. It is sentimental.
It is.
It's like sad, but like it's like upbeat.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
I've been wanting to ask you. Like Jonah knows you, right? He knows you at a personal level. I'm just meeting you today for the first time. Chantecler.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a restaurant. It's basically it's an industry restaurant that it was open 14 years ago, and then burned down just before the pandemic. It used to be like a very snack late night place, but a lot of industry people used to go over there. When it burned down, originally they moved across the street like for a temporary location, and they were supposed to go back, but something happened with the landlord. Like I don't know exactly what happened, but they just couldn't go back. So then they took the insurance money to open like Chantecler. I don't know if I get this correctly because we talked about this very briefly, but I know a little bit. I think Jacob's dream was always to like have an actual restaurant, like more than just like a snacky bar restaurant. So when he saw the opportunity, he kind of just went for it, and he like basically put like everything he had into it in this new restaurant. And when I took that job, I didn't really realize what I was getting myself into. I have just quit my previous job, which is Biagio, and I was like, my mind was like, I'm gonna go to Ecuador and just gonna like I was already thinking to kind of start doing this kind of stuff. But then the opportunity came up. I talked to Jacob, and he was just like, yeah, like we're gonna open a new restaurant. It's gonna be like more technical. I want it to be more approachable, more like friendly. So it's just kind of a bees industry, but it's very friendly. Like you can have a good time. You can have cocktails. You can have a couple snacks. You can have a full-on dinner if you want. I eaten there before. I heard it's good. The chef is okay, so the food is good at Chantecler. It's just like an industry restaurant. I think you'll if you go, you'll like it.
Is it sorry, do you have
no, go ahead.
Is it expensive to start up a restaurant?
Depends on what you want to do. It could be very expensive. It can be very cheap. Some people, you can just take over of an existing restaurant that has everything in there, and you just kind of buy off the business, and then you start. But if you build it from the ground zero, it can be very expensive depending on what you do. Like I think it can go between 400 to like $1 million, $2 million. Like
a lot of mercy.
It's
especially here.
But it's just like depends what you want to do. Like it's an industry that it's hard because it can go two ways. It can get really good, or it can get really bad. So it's a tricky business to be in, and it's not for everybody. If you want like returns to come in really fast, I wouldn't recommend it. But it could be very fulfilling in many ways. I think the thing that makes the industry very difficult, and this was said to me by my previous chef before he died. He was like, like Diego, like the hardest thing about this industry is not the job, it's the people. Like if the people don't do what it's supposed to be doing, this job is so easy. And he said to me, and like after that, like every time I run into problems, I'm like, this is so true. Like if the people are not what they're supposed to be doing, the job can be really hard. It's like like if you don't move this cup here, and you leave it here, and you come the next day, you want to clean this table, it kind of gets in the way of your job because now you have to move this to clean the table. So it's like if the person before you have moved that, your job just comes in, you just clean the table smoothly, you don't have no problems.
Right.
So it's that's the hardest part I will say about the industry. It's not necessarily like the job itself. It's just like if people are on it, it's easy. If people are not on it, it can be very difficult.
That's cool. That's cool. And I've never asked anybody these questions, right?
Yeah.
But more or less, like, let's say a place where the traffic is very high. You have, at any given time, let's say 100, 150 people in the restaurant. How many people need to be in the kitchen to be able to handle that kind of traffic?
Well, that also depends on what you're doing too, right? If you're doing fine dining, you probably need like 10 people, maybe more, because you like doing everything like precise and minute. What we do is we do family style, so like we only need like 4 people at a time for like 120, 150 people.
Wow.
So it's
4 people. Damn.
Yeah, it's like because everybody just kind of like we help each other a lot in what we do, but the menu is designed in a way like a lot of the prep goes into it prior to it, and then we just put it all together at the end. Like everything kind of gets cooked finished at the end. But it's also like we decided the kitchen like very small, so everyone's always in the same room. And if you need my help, I can turn around and help you. If this person needs their help, down. Even the dishwasher's in the same room as we are. So even he knows, like, if I need a plate to be cleaned really quickly, he knows. We've decided in a way that is, like, proactive for everybody. Obviously, sometimes they're, like, heavier service. Sometimes if you go without any problems, those are the best services. But, it really depends on what you're doing. If you're doing fine dining, like, you're probably going to need, like, like, there's the restaurant that I really like. It's called 10 seats, 10 courses. I think they have like 4 people that work in the kitchen, and I think 2 servers, but it's just like a kitchen counter. But they're always chilling, like they're never like hustling. They're never like freaking out or like stuff. Like we're kind of high energy, like we need to go fast. But that's just the type of cuisine that they do. It's like very technical, more fine dining, like more precise. So you need to have more time to do that kind of food. Italian food, I would say like that's the most forgiving food that you can do. Like if you want to make money, probably open an Italian restaurant, but there'll just be like many more of Italian restaurants because you can do like fresh, good pasta, made the day off. You can do it with like 3 people in the kitchen, and then like 1 person for salads, 1 person for pasta, 1 person for steaks, and you'll be good to go. But then again, those people need to have experience. Like you can't just throw people in there, but I think Italian food is usually the most forgiving. You can do things like more easier. You can prep bulk, but it depends. Depends what you're doing. Like fine dining, you need a lot of people. Like you need a lot of people and good people too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's definitely pretty cool. So before we continue, I'm going to do another quick commercial break, and then we'll continue with the podcast. We've been talking for an hour and 48 minutes, by the way.
Shit.
Time flies when you're having fun. So we'll be back in 2 minutes. A very special thank you goes out to our sponsor, Wash & Co., your mobile auto detailing business. You want to get that car clean, get all that gunk, all that salt off the car after this crazy weather here in Toronto? Make sure you give them that call, our 416-807-4261. Follow them on Instagram at washandco.to, and let us take care of the rest. Ciao. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lights, Camera, Accion Season number 2. Like I mentioned, we want to give a very special shout out to our official sponsor of the show, Bradley Meats. Bradley Meats has been serving the community for well over 10 years. It is a family-run business by father and son, and they provide premium cuts of meat sourced from local farms at the best prices. Everything from skirt steak, veal, short rib, T-bone steak, Colombian and Argentinian sausages, their famous chimichurri, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bradley Meats. Give them a call at 905-669-7583. Visit them at 445 Edgeley Boulevard, unit number 4, or give them that follow on Instagram at bradley.meats. Once again, this is your official sponsor, and now let's get back to the show. All right, guys, we're back. Hold on, where's the music? There you go. Sorry. Thank you guys for being on the show still watching, still commenting. For those that are watching that have not commented, don't be shy. The comments been a little bit quiet today, but it's okay. It always happens, especially when strangers show up after 10 years. Talking about you, brother. Yeah. So we'll quickly talk about this, and then we'll get to the event that you're doing May 5th. But how does it feel, or how did it feel to work at a Michelin star, kitchen like it is with Noma? Let the viewers know how that has been, or how was it?
Well, for me, it was really good. I've learned a lot. It's so much easier when you work with people that are so motivated and driven to be the best, and just wanting to do things the right way. I think working there was like for me it was an eye opener how things can be and what things can be done. I think the biggest thing for me was just like you work like between 16 to 18 hours. You know, like we would do deep cleaning at the end of the night every night. So you kind of you start at 7, you finish at 12. By the time you get home and you go to sleep at 2, then you wake up at 6, get on your bike and you're back up to work. So you sleep like really like not that much.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time that I was there, like my first week, you know, like they're like the first day they're like, you know, 10 p.m. They're like, go home. And you're like, no, let me stay here because you're so eager. Like, trust me, go home today because you're never gonna get this chance again.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, but you kind of leave disappointed, like you've done something wrong.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes so harder after that. It's just like your body's not used to that kind of work. But I remember my first week, it was just so hard, and we because you do everything. You do fermenting, you do foraging, you hold like fresh ducks every week. You have to take you have to pluck their feathers by hand. You have to if you're doing staff meal a week, you're cooking in the tiniest kitchen for like 40, 60 people, and you're not just cooking for like people. You're cooking for like the best chefs in the world, and they're all like they don't just want to eat whatever food. You know, they're just like they want to make sure you make the good food. So they're like judging your heart. So you're like put a lot of thought in your staff meal. But I think after the first week, Saturday nights, at the beginning of the week, 4 or 5 people get picked to do a project. So they kind of give you something, and you're like, you can make whatever you want with this dish, and you're gonna present it to everybody. You need to make like 3 of those dishes. Everybody tastes a little bit. But we do service. We do two service, lunch and dinner. For lunch, we had like 15, 20-minute break.
Mm-hmm.
And then you eat, and then you go right into lunch. Then lunch goes until like 3. Then you do a deep clean of the kitchen. Then you have 45 minutes for your dinner break. But the crazy thing is, like, I'm like, oh, great, I'm going to go eat something, and I'm going to take a nap somewhere. But the guys that have been there for a long time, they would, like, some guys will start working out. They'll go for a run. They'll go for a swim. They start like doing push-ups, pull-ups. They start like working out
During their break.
and then they'll come back, eat their food, and go back in service. And I saw that, I was like, this guy's like crazy, man, like crazy. And I saw it for the whole week, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm tired. I'm gonna take a break. And then on Saturday, you do the project. So whoever got picked, you do the deep clean, which is like around 11, 12. Then you have like an hour to get your project ready. Then you present it to everybody. Then you all taste it. We talk about it. We see. It's not necessarily a competition, but you kind of just taste and you talk about what you didn't like, what you like, if you liked it, or like sometimes people are like really, like most of the time. I think 99% of the time they're all really good dishes that you're like, man, you can just open a restaurant with all these dishes. But you finish that. Someone does one more time. They do a staff meal one more time. And at this point, it's like 3 a.m. You do one last deep clean of the kitchen. And then you have one last speech. The chef goes, it's like, on your days off, make sure you get some life into your body. Don't just stay in your bed. Make sure you like work out or go for a walk, go to the beach. Make sure you do something, don't just like stay in your bed.
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, I'm like, man, I'm so tired. I gotta do laundry. I want to go to sleep. So like that happened. I think by the time you got home on Saturdays, like 4 or 5 a.m. And some of those guys even go out after that. They go because things are open in Denmark till like 7, 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So some of those guys go out party like hard. And that first week, I went home. My first day, I just stayed in bed, watched TV, slept. The next day, I did my laundry, kind of went outside to get some like groceries, and then that's it. Went back to work, and then I started talking to those guys, and this guy's like, "How was your weekend?" And I was like, "It's good, man. I just, rested, watched some movies. That's it. Did some laundry. You? Oh man, like it's pretty good. We went to the beach, and then we went to the lake, and then we went on karaoke, and then we did this, and we did that. I went to this wine bar, and I was like, "What the heck, man?" So it's like, I'm so tired, man. I don't want to do any of this stuff. And then I slowly started kind of getting into the lifestyle too. Like I will get home from work at like midnight, and I'll just start doing sit-ups and push-ups just at home. And then I'll take a shower, go to sleep. And I started working out with them too, like in the break a little bit. And then I started going out with them too on my days off. It's harder because you're broke, so you don't have money.
Yeah.
I remember I went on a date and I was so scared to ask for order my food.
Yeah.
So I just ordered like the cheapest soup that was there.
Yeah.
And then she paid for it, and I was just feel so bad. I was like, man, I was so happy that she paid for it, because I was like, oh my god, I'm like counting my pennies. But that just gave me an eye opener. It's like, like there's 24 hours in a day, right? If you only need 8 hours to sleep, and if you're working for 10, 12 hours, like what are you really doing with the rest of your time?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember coming back from Denmark, and like I kind of kept going with that lifestyle. Like I would make sure to do that. And then the pandemic happened. The pandemic really ruined it for me. Like I think I was like very on like stream working out, do the stuff, and then the pandemic really slowed it down for me. You couldn't really do things. So I think Noma opened my eyes, and this is like, this is how you take care of your body. You can work a lot, but you have to take care of yourself. Like I had a cook. She was like amazing, one of the amazing cooks I work with. She was my sous chef actually, and she was so great. But every Sunday, she was just horrible to work with. Like she just will come in with like a bad attitude. She didn't want to be there, man. And one day I sent her home. I was like, after you put that dish, you're going home. And then she was like, no, what do you mean? I was like, well, no. It's like, no, like I think put that dish up and then you just go home. And then she like tried to clean around it, and then, she was like, no. I was like, I just told you to go. Just go, and we'll talk about this when you come back on Tuesday. Like, just go. And then she was like so upset. She went home. Then we chatted again, and she's like, I don't know what happened, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I'm sorry that I was being like this. I was like, listen, like, you're just very difficult working on Sundays. And I don't think it's because you're a bad person. It's because, one, Saturday nights you go and you party. You stay up till like 6, 7 a.m. You wake up right before you go to work. You come here hungry, sleep deprived. And Sunday, you don't want to be here. So you come with this bad attitude. And I was like, honestly, you can go party, but like if you give yourself 1 hour before your shift, go get a coffee, just go for a walk, you'll be so good. He's like, yeah, whatever. And then that week went by. Sunday came, I called her like 10 a.m. She picks up. She's like freaking out. She doesn't pick up. She calls me back within half an hour. She's like, what was that? Sorry, I'm late. I was like, you're not late. And oh, okay, I'm sorry. What happened? And I was like, nothing happened. I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna take you out for coffee. She's like, but I'm not ready. Well, I'll be there in 10 minutes. She's like, oh, okay. So she like pick her up. We go for coffee. We don't really talk. We just hang out, have coffee, whatever. We went to work. Her day was so much better. Like she was like completely different person. And then even she, you know what, like that day I had a really good day and whatever. And I was like, yeah, like because you did that for your head. Like when you got up before you went to work, you split that time from your home to your work. You did something for yourself before you did that.
Of course.
And then you're gonna feel a lot better. So I think that working at Noma, it's like you work with this high intensity people, and you like really want to make sure you're doing things the best you can. But if you're not taking care of your body, if you're not doing that mentally, like you're gonna fall behind like really hard. Like it's gonna affect you. Like and you even when some the guys that work there, like some guy had like some accident with his back, and he was like, after that, like I started taking care of my back, and I started like making sure I exercise, and he just seemed so healthy. I have one of my cooks right now, like she does Pilates now. Like I tell her, like you look so much happier. I can feel the energy. Like you come in with this positive attitude. You're funnier. You're like, I mean, people are allowed to have bad moments. I'm not saying you're not allowed to have a bad time. Like if you're going through a rough time, please feel that up. Really enjoy that, endure it. But you need to you owe it to yourself to move forward. You can't just stay in that hole. You have to deep, like you have to dig yourself out of it.
Yeah,
otherwise
deep.
there's no point. Yeah. So I think that's what Noma told me. It was like, and it's just a hard kitchen, but it's not for everybody. And I think people don't appreciate it as much. I think for me, what it was, I learned a lot of good techniques when I was there too, in terms of cooking, but in terms of the personal, in terms of what I needed to do for me to take care of myself, is something that really opened my eyes.
Of course. No, but listen, you're the fact that you're mindful about it, the fact that you're acknowledging those little things is what is going to obviously get you to where you want to get. You
Yeah.
know, you have to call BS. You
Yeah.
know, you can't keep faking it forever and trying to pretend that nothing's affecting you because it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
You know, but thank you for that. Shout out to the people in the chat. Nati's on the chat. Nice, man. Nice. Thank you for being on the chat. So listen, Diego, you are also the head chef at this kitchen. So how has that been? You know what I mean? Like when you got called, you know, or chosen to be the head chef, what went through your mind?
Excited. Honestly, I was excited. But I didn't really realize how much people in the industry go there a lot. I remember like my first week, people just walk in, and I'd be like, "Oh man, all these people coming here," and it's just so much different when you cook for people from the industry. It's just like there's like a little bit of it's a little bit intimidating,
Of course.
because you're like, you can be secure, you can like think you're the best or whatever, but like if some situations can make you a little bit insecure, I think that's okay. I think at that time I was like, "Oh man, this is kind of a little bit intimidating," and
Yeah.
some of the people that go there, they're very good at their job,
Mhm.
right? So thankfully, I think we keep trying to do our best. So it's the feedback is good. We always could be doing better, and I always kind of want to do better. It's a good challenge. I really like it. I like the people. I like the people that I work with. It's a good team. I think it's a fun place to be.
How many people does the restaurant sit?
Oh, like I don't know, we can do between 120 and 150. I want like 65, 67 seats. But we can easily do like 120, 150.
Okay, so when you guys are at peak, like maxed out, let's just say the 150.
Yeah.
How many people do you guys have in the kitchen?
4. Always 4.
And that's including the servers?
No, that's just the kitchen.
Okay,
The service would be like 4 as well.
Okay,
Maybe
so
2 bartenders and 4 servers, I think.
Okay, so the 4 people at the back, who are they? You?
Me, names or?
No, just like the positions and the names too, if you want to shout them out.
Well, I mean, it depends. There's like me, one sous chef, a saucier, a garmager, and that's pretty much it. And then
What do they do?
Dishwasher.
What does the sous chef do, and what do
Well,
the
my
other-
sous chefs, they do different things. They kind of like fit in like different roles, like whatever they're needed. Same as me, like they're kind of one step away from like becoming chefs.
Okay.
So they're kind of like in the middle. But there's 2, like one has more experience than the other. The one more junior kind of fills stations when people need time off.
Yep.
And they kind of are learning like how to navigate through that different stage of their career. The other one who's more experienced, he's been with us since day one, but he does like a lot of like the more experienced heavy lifting, menu testing, trying new recipes.
What's his title? Sorry for interrupting. What's his title?
He's a sous chef.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So we have and I'll say like more like senior sous chef, but he has a lot of experience. Like at this point, he can like run his own kitchen. He can go and like open his own restaurants if he wanted to. Like he's pretty much there. But then you got a saucier, you got a entremetier. A saucier is a person that's in charge of all the stocks, all the butchery, anything that has to do with meat, proteins, vegetables, stocks. The entremetier is like someone that kind of works with vegetables, pastas, kind of the garnishes.
Mm-hmm.
And the garmager, they do like anything with salads, pastries. For us, they do pastries, salads, a little bit of bread making as well. And that's the thing too. Like at a restaurant, we don't do everything because some things we can do, or like we don't have the equipment for it. But I would say like 99% of the things we do in house, like all our desserts, our butchery, our pastries, our baking.
Oh, so everything.
We
Nice.
do everything. So it's like when you come in, it's like we're always like doing a lot of things. And I think it's like a fun place to work with because you really get to learn a lot of this like things.
Yeah.
And it's different when you're like you don't know these things, like you try it versus when you know those things, you come in, you're like it's just different. But it's sometimes we think about it like we do a lot. Like our menu is pretty extensive and we do a lot of things in the
How many
house.
dishes do you have?
A lot. Like I think how it's like 20. You know, like there's like snacks and things.
Mhm.
But we also do apparel hour too, and we also do brunch. So like it's a team in total. It's a team of 6.
Okay.
Right? Like at the time, it's like on Saturdays everybody's there, but on the weekends, on the weekends everybody's there. On the weeks, it's just 4 people, right? So we also work with like now the summer's coming. I go to the markets on Tuesday and on Saturdays. I'll pick up some produce from like the farmers, bring it back to the restaurant. We get like a bunch of ducks every Wednesday. We butcher them completely.
Nice.
Use everything. I don't really approach things as being perfect, because when you start being perfect, you start cutting things perfectly. Then you ended up throwing and being wasteful. So I kind of just like when things are not perfect, because you ended up using everything. You're not being wasteful, and I think that's being mindful as well. Like, of course, like just respecting the food is also good, right? So I think that's why I push for us to do everything. Like the sourdough is something that we could buy from different people that probably do a better job than us, but we keep trying to do our own thing and do it better for ourselves. It's always pushing these guys and my team and myself to do like new things. It's scary too, because when you mess around with something that is working, it can be difficult. But at the same time, you come into the restaurant, you try one thing one time, and you like delicious. You come in a few months, it's delicious. But that means we've been doing this for like days and days and months. So we try to change it up, especially in the summer. In summer is when I change things like pretty every 2 weeks. It's a little bit annoying, but it's we get to work with different products, so it's good.
Okay, not bad. So we have a question here in the chat. Unfortunately, they weren't here in the beginning, so this is a question that I did ask you before. But they asked here, what is your favorite dish to prepare? If you could just let the viewers, or remind them.
I forgot what I said. Maybe I lied. No, I'm kidding. What I was saying, like what I like to is arroz con pollo, but to make dishes, I like making pastas, because they're like, I like feeling them with my own hands, and they feel nice, and I feel connected with the food. No, honestly, like, when I make pasta, I feel really connected with it. It's like it makes me feel good. Yeah. But then there's like a creative process of like I was saying, like I'll be trying 2 different things, and I can see those 2 different things actually work together, so I'll mash them together. I think anything that's creative and different and new is more exciting for me than great.
Of course.
But in terms of like constantly what I want to do, a fresh pasta, like if I can make it at home, it's fun to me. Having friends over and like having like Italian night with some wine and some pasta, it's simple, but you'll just sit around and talk and listen to music and hang out. That to me is fun. That's I don't know.
So when are we coming over?
Whenever you want. We have time. After May 5th.
After May 5th.
After May 5th.
Okay.
We'll have more time. We'll celebrate like that.
Okay, awesome. Well, my friend Nati, who asked that question, she's going to stop by next week.
Yeah.
To check out the food, because she's a huge fan of pasta. So I'll probably come with her. And for those that are watching that want to come, just send me a message.
You're just going to stop by the restaurant?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, tell her to show me.
When's your day off again?
Usually Tuesdays, and then next week I'm there. Next week? I remember. I think next week I'm there Wednesday to Sunday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
So just shoot me a message.
Okay.
Things happen sometimes because people need to move things around sometimes.
Of course. So Diego, if you can, just let the viewers know what to expect next week. Sorry, not next week, but May 5th at your pop-up that is officially sold out. Let the people know what they could expect. The things that you have, up your sleeves, and
I think honestly you should just come in with an open mind. Don't come in thinking this is going to be Ecuadorian food, because you're going to be disappointed if you come with that idea. Just you're going to have a good time. We're going to treat you really nice. We're going to make you feel welcome. We're going to make sure you're taken care of, and I think you're going to enjoy the food. It's definitely going to be different. Especially for the Ecuadorian people, this is going to be different. It's not going to be like something they're used to eating. But I think there's going to be little surprises in the food that you're going to be like, oh, this is different. I'm going to try this. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, that's not really. I hope you like it. Like I said, people don't like some things, and that's okay. If you don't like it, don't tell me. Keep it to yourself.
Yo, why'd you look at me like that when you said that?
No, I'm kidding. No. If you don't like it, that's like I'm pretty. When it comes to this, and I want to make sure, like this is like I was saying. You asked me if I can make some dishes for you today. I was like, I'm in the process of like menu Like I want to test this more to make sure it's 100% for May 5th.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the exciting part. So just be ready to like enjoy yourself and have a good time.
No, I'm definitely excited. I'm definitely going. I'm not missing that.
There'll be some San Juanitos.
San Juanito,
San
some rocoleros.
Yeah, there'll be
boleros,
some music. Yeah, there'll be some good stuff, some good music, some good drinks.
Some cortavena music. So if you are heartbroken, sorry you can't come because it's sold out, but you could definitely stay outside and you could hear the heartbreaking music because, yeah, man, it's going to be awesome. But so my friend pretty much said that it's not for the people who like chicken fingers, pretty much.
No, I think there's a kid coming, so I might have a chicken finger for that kid.
Oh, okay.
But just for them, you know.
Just for them?
I'm welcome. I'll welcome anybody that wants to come and hang out. But it's also kid, you know. I'm not going to be picky. But I said this kid, I was like, you know what? Let me see if we can change the way they view food, you know. They might enjoy it. So,
Mario, do you have a last question before I ask our lovely guest the last question of the evening?
I had a brain fart. Actually.
You got a brain fart?
I actually had one.
No? Okay, don't worry about it. You could ask him May 5th.
Yeah.
It's
Cinco
okay.
de Mayo.
El Cinco de Mayo. Oh, yeah, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Nice. But anyways.
I did that on purpose.
Oh, you did?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I actually, yeah.
You
Sorry,
remember
I just
now?
remembered.
Dale, go for it.
Anthony Bourdain. You're a fan of?
Oh yeah, man. Like he's an amazing storyteller, chef. You know, he did a lot of good things for the industry because of the way he talked about food. You know, and sometimes I sympathize with like some of the things that he said in the past, where it's like being depressed about like food being wasted. Like there's an episode where he talks about like he goes to the I can't remember if it's Italy, but like they're like supposed to go show him how to like hunt or fish octopus, and then he goes inside and they just he's gonna go see octopus or something, but there's no octopus, so like they kind of scammed him and they start throwing like dead octopus into the water, and he's just in the water seeing all this dead octopus just coming down and just like what the heck, man. He just like so depressed. Or like he went to an airport and like he's like ordering food and like the cook doesn't want to be there, the waitress hates her life. And he's just like, that's the worst meal of my life I ever had. Yeah. So I think some of those stuff is like resonated with a lot of us because we don't like to live like that, right? We don't want to see food being wasted. We don't want to see people unhappy. Like you don't want to come to a restaurant and like you know, some people work as a necessity.
Yeah.
And that also sucks. But yeah, like I was a huge fan. It's sad what happened to him, but it's kind of one of those things is, you know, like people may seem okay on the outside, but really they're not. So it's like it's okay to reach out and say hi to your friends, and you know, I think working out, like listening to your friends sometimes complain, it's good. Sometimes they don't want you to fix their problems, so just sometimes it's okay to just listen.
Yeah.
You know, let them bend out. You know, or if you're not sure, ask the question. Like you want me.
Are you asking for advice, or do you just want to listen?
Yeah, like what do you want from me? It's just like one of those things. So I think it's just really, I was a big fan of it. Yeah, it's kind of sad what happened to him, but.
How long has it been now since he passed?
2000. I think it's just before the pandemic. I think. But if you haven't read his book, read the Kitchen Confidential book. It's so good.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's an eye opener for what happens in the kitchen, especially back in the day.
Yeah.
Like he used to be like a writer before that, but that book was like what like really set him off because it was like I remember reading the book and be like some of those things that happened to me, and it was like really, really cool to see like like this is a normal thing that happens to people. Some things good, sometimes not good, but
maybe we can get a book from Diego one day.
Imagine.
Would you ever read a book?
I don't know who wants to read about me.
Even a cookbook, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel weird. Like I don't like what's I feel like a little egotistic of myself to write about myself. I find it a hard time to talk about myself. But no, I don't even think about writing a book.
Just think about the Anthony effect that Anthony had on you.
He was like a good storyteller. Like he had that passion for writing books. I don't have that passion for writing books. You know?
Well, listen.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a little autistic too. So like
we all
dyslexic. Sorry. So
we all have our issues, you know.
Yeah.
But listen, we've been talking for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and you've done a great job.
Yeah, I mean,
Now imagine if you put it on paper. I'll definitely buy it.
yeah.
I won't read it, but I'll buy it. I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. But listen, Diego, thank you again so much for answering all these questions and being vulnerable. I know we did there's some questions that obviously I wasn't able to ask here just because the conversation that we had today just flowed.
No worries.
You know what I mean? So we just went for it. Definitely, we're gonna have a round 2. I want to bring you back, obviously, after we do the May 5th pop up. Because that's going to be definitely interesting. But this last question that I'm gonna ask you is something that I ask everybody, and I want you to picture nobody else in this room, right? And I'm gonna ask you the question, and whoever that person is, I want you just to look into the camera and tell them how much they mean to you. And the question is, who is the most influential person in your life, and how have they impacted you? And, just be ready to give them their flowers. So go for it.
Well, definitely my parents, I think they all have different stages of how they influence my life. I think my dad, the way he is with people, the way he's like straightforward and honest and hardworking, and is always willing to take care of his family. I think it's like I learned that it's very influenced in my life a lot. My mom, the way that she is with her kids, and how she had us very young, so she navigated through that to like be herself, who she is now, and the work ethic. Even though she's not doing what she wants to do, she has to do it because she wants to take care of her kids and family.
Of course.
My grandmother, who like definitely, I think for me she was like the best grandmother. Like she's did a lot of things in different ways that were good.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to explain how she was good to me.
Yeah.
But she's also like someone that like it's always there for you. Like she's always there to like be there and help you, and she's never judging you. She's never like, you should do this or do that or what the heck. She's always just like ready just to listen and talk to you. Like she's ready to like, and if you need something, she's always trying to give me money. It's like, I don't need your money, but you save for yourself. So I think my dad, my mom, and my grandmother is like the most influential people in myself. They've in a way they've molded me, and I think thankfully I was able to accept it and kind of move with that. So my family.
That's amazing. So listen, if you don't mind, like I said before, for example, with mom or dad, and you could start with whoever you want. Let me change the camera. Sorry. Give them their flowers. Like look into that camera and talk to them in Spanish. You know what I mean? Tell them how much they mean to you, and all that stuff. So you can start off again with mom, dad.
This guy's trying to get me cry. I'm an emotional guy, man. I cry easily.
No. Listen, so do I. But it's just look, I believe that these specific people, and this is the reason why I always try and keep this question to the end. These people are so monumental in our lives, right? Like these people, like you said, they somehow, some way shaped us, into the people that we are today. That they guided us, I guess, to get into the position that we are today. So that's why I do believe that we should give them those flowers, especially when if they're still here with us,
Yeah.
So again, start off with mom, dad, or whoever you want. Just look into the camera, pretend we're not even here.
Yeah. Next time I'll get you in the chair. I'm gonna put you in the spot.
I'm down. Bro, I'm down. So look into the camera, say whatever you want to say in Spanish.
With my grandmother.
Dale. Look into the camera. Don't look at us.
Where's the camera?
That one right there. That one. Yeah, that's yours. Yeah, but talking to the mic though.
But am I looking at it?
Yes. Yeah. Look at it.
Man, I'm not gonna go too far because I will cry.
It's okay, man. It's okay. Spanish if you want.
My dad, thank you so much. You were like inspiration to me. I like the way that you work so hard and you take care of us. I like that you're always there, no matter the time or the hour. I can tell that you always work so hard to make sure your kids are well taken care of, and I feel like sometimes you struggle. Maybe think that we blame you for stuff, but I don't think that's the case. And I'm just thankful that you're my dad, and I hope that you know that. And we're gonna go to Ecuador together and have a good time. That'll be great. Y mi mamá Amparo, muchas gracias por todo. Siempre le quiero. Me gusta cómo nos podemos molestar. Siempre nos decimos cosas de muchas bromas, pero usted es muy cariñosa y siempre la quiero. Siempre estoy pensando en usted y quiero que usted se encuentre bien, que no se preocupe de mí porque siempre estoy bien. Siempre estaré aquí y mi abuelita, el amor de mi vida, que se cuide mucho. Yo siempre estoy pensando en usted y que algún día, bueno, ya vino aquí, pero nos veremos en Ecuador por muy pronto. Y siempre pienso en como cocinaba por nosotros y después de un día muy largo, como nos cuidó, como estuvo por ahí. Y muchas gracias. Muchas gracias a todos.
Beautiful, man.
Man, I almost cried. I really held that in there.
No, but see, it's again, man. These are the most important people in our lives, and we got to take advantage sometimes and tell them, So again, thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for having the conversations that we have today. This will not be the first. This will not be the last time that we have you on here. I'm proud of you, bro, because again, we've known each other since we played soccer when we were younger and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, because before soccer was our thing, hanging out with everybody was our thing, but it comes to a point in our time where we have to start making adjustments and start looking after each other.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man. It's there's a lot of good things coming your way, and all your hard work and all the long hours and getting yelled at and getting sent home or whatever happened, it got you to the position that you're in now. It got you, dude, you're a head chef at Toronto's #1 French kitchen. Like, I know sometimes we're not good with accepting accepting, these praises and stuff, but like, bro, that's huge.
Thanks,
and like the fact that you're doing this pop-up that is so close to your heart, and the fact that it's sold out. You know what I mean? That's crazy. And we literally spoke about this thing last week. Last week you were at 80% or 75%. And look at you now.
Yeah.
Sold out. And then, in the next couple of months, you're going to be doing one in Ecuador again. And that's awesome. So, just keep up the amazing work. There's a lot of good things coming your way. You have the support system that's always going to be there for you. And, bro, I'm very proud of you. I'm happy to call you my friend. And I hope you definitely invite me to your house. Soon, like maybe like right now.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know if Mario has anything to say before we wrap up the show.
Just thank you so much for sharing what you did. I've always wanted to know what it was like to, just pick somebody's mind that works in an intense environment. Like, I guess, very como se dice, a very established, restaurant, like you're a head chef, so just being able to talk to you and ask you questions, like it was very eye-opening for me, especially because I've known people in that world, but I knew them at a time where I wasn't as level-headed as I am today.
Yeah.
So just being able to ask somebody who was disciplined enough to be able to make it to your level, right? Because the people that I've known have I don't know if they'll eventually watch this. I'm not dissing, but it's like you had so much potential, and you still do, and I still see that y'all are doing your thing. So please do your best. And focus on your craft, because this is evidence over here of what happens when you focus.
Yeah, that's never too late. Honestly, I don't think, like you said, you had your moment before. Now you still have a chance to focus and keep trying to do your best. Also, like you, man, like I'm proud of you. Like I'm not even more proud of this part because it's just like the stuff. I'm just more proud of like you taking care of yourself mentally. And physically, I think that's the things that make me more proud. Like, if anything, I always want to see my friends succeed, but I also want them to like, not succeed in a healthy way. I want you to make sure you're okay. Like when I ask this question, it's like, how are you doing? I don't ask like, how you doing, whatever. I'm like, how you doing? Like, how's your brain?
Of course.
How do you feel? Like, how's your mom? How's your dad? Like this, it's just like, for me, it's like, when I ask this question sincere, like I want to know how you're doing. So I'm glad that you're doing well. I can see the changes. I can see that you're doing good. I can see George's done some changes. I can see he looks a lot healthier.
Yeah.
So it's good to know that, and even you talking to you, like it's good. Like you're surrounding yourself with good people, and I think that's good. But yeah, like we even welcome the people that are not doing well.
Of course,
those people also sometimes need some validation. But yeah, I'm proud that you're taking care of yourself. I think that's great.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. So if you don't mind, just let the viewers know where they could find you. The name of the restaurant, their handle, your actual handle, the handle of the Instagram page that you're going to be doing the pop-up. Let everybody know.
Well, you can find me. Just go to Quito.to. That's like the main page for the pop-up. It's you'll see more things coming up like slowly. So keep an eye out for that. I'm the chef of Chantecler, so go to Chantecler TO as well. That's like the main page. I spend a lot of my time there as well. And if you come for dinner, send me a message. I'm always happy to welcome you and taking care of you as well. Yeah, I don't even want to do my personal, but my personal is Diego.dr. So it's that's you'll see if you go there, you'll all the only thing you're gonna see is food. So if you want to see food, go there. And yeah, come by for dinner. Come to Chantecler. Like the food is good, man. Like you're not gonna be disappointed.
We're gonna find out right now. We're gonna go right now.
Yeah, let's go. We're close to Jesus, but
it's okay. But yeah, but you're the head. See, but the thing is, what you're forgetting is that I know the head chef.
You got the keys.
I know the head chef, and the head chef has the keys.
Yeah, we should have done the podcast at the restaurant tonight. That's what we should have done.
Dude, we could do the after the post.
Yeah.
The May 5th, I'm definitely down to do it there.
That's what we should actually be fun. Just like cook some food and drink some wine.
Yo, let's do it. But let's do this. Let's see who can make the best arroz con huevo.
Between the three of us?
Yeah, or four if George is down.
For sure, me.
Okay.
Sure, me.
We'll see. Anyways, Mario, if you can, let the people know where they could follow you.
All right, you can follow me on Instagram, DJ Revelations, on YouTube, Revelations TV. And please don't forget to subscribe, like this channel, Lights, Camera, Accion Podcast. Please make sure you share it with at least one person that you think could find value in this, which 100% will. So share this with somebody, like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Amazing. So once again, to everyone that's tuning in, thank you so much for tuning to another episode of Lights, Camera, Accion. This is episode number 14. It's been a beautiful journey. Like I've mentioned in the past podcast, I was not thinking of starting season 2 this quick, this soon. But sometimes, to add to what Diego and what Mario was saying, sometimes you need to communicate, and sometimes you got to talk about these things. And I guess one of the things that I found out, doing this podcast, the more and more that I do it, is that the more that you talk and the more that you're vulnerable and you have conversations like this, conversations that matter, it definitely helps you. It definitely see things different. And I hope that you guys, take whatever you can from these episodes that we do here, and just know that we're doing this with good intentions. We want to grow, individually. We want to grow as a community. And I believe that this is one of the ways of doing it, by sitting down and having these amazing conversations. So again, thank you for those that have been tuning in. This has been another episode of Lights, Camera, Accion, episode number 14, season number 2. And I'll let you guys know how the food is tonight and on May 5th. But until then, you guys have to wait. And I'll see you guys next week on another episode. Take care. Be good. Ciao.